for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut, right there in the store. Never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
Been pulled over for speeding and written a ticket? Then you need to call O'Neill's Speedometer Service in Greenville. O'Neill's can calibrate all vehicles for speeding tickets. All-wheel drives, no problem. 18-wheelers, no problem. Motorcycles, no problem. O'Neill's can also repair instrument gauges that have stopped working. Whether you drive a Ford or GMC, Greenville's trusted speedometer shop for over 30 years is O'Neill's. Call today for repairs or calibration work at 756-5050. O'Neill's Speedometer Service. Go Pirates.
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, he's setting a bad precedent listening to Jim Rome clips right before the show, but I am a mature adult, and we are on Pirate Radio Live and ready to go on a Wednesday, a beautiful Wednesday for baseball in Greenville, North Carolina. We will talk some Pirate baseball, some Pirate hoops, and more on today's show on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930, live online, pr927fm.com. And you can watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV. Check out this show, The Brian Bailey Show, our Zoom interviews. Got a new Zoomer with Joe Dooley, a return to basketball at Minges Coliseum coming up on a Thursday night. We'll play some of those comments if we have time during today's show. If not, we'll get to them tomorrow as the Pirates take on the Knights of Central Florida coming up Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Got Pirate baseball today. Got a lot going on. We'll talk about it all with Eric Ward, as there will be more fans in the stands for ECU Athletics events beginning today. Eric Ward from ECU Marketing will join us at 3:15 to talk about that. We'll also get an update on ECU football ticket sales with Eric Ward from Marketing and Fan Engagement over at East Carolina coming up in about 15 minutes. Later on this hour, we'll talk some spring training baseball with Mark Brown from CamdenChat.com. We'll get a look at the young Baltimore Orioles, what they've been up to so far in spring training, and look around all the news and notes in Major League Baseball. It's nice to see that is yet another sport on our sports plate right now in early March. Seymour going to join us to talk some hoops. Remember the first time the Pirates came off a long pause, they got blown out by Memphis. How can they reverse that trend Thursday night? We'll talk about the Pirates getting back to the court with Seymour. I know he's ready to call a game with the voice Jeff Charles. We'll talk to Cy at around 4 o'clock. Mike Mullis will join us to talk some baseball in hour number 2 as well. And in hour 3, Bryce Williams and the voice Jeff Charles said to join us on the show. So a lot of guests to get to, a lot of topics to hit. And we'll start by checking out Shirley Rhodes and Chandler Honeycutt and see what is on their respective news desks, starting with Shirley Rhodes.
Oh, well, let's see. Let's start off with some of your local stuff. Of course, earlier today, it came out that ECU has hired Latrell Scott from Norfolk State as the new tight ends and inside receivers coach. That's according to several publications, including one called the fifthquarter.net. They talked about Scott announcing his resignation that he was heading to East Carolina. So we'll keep tabs on that story as more information develops on that.
I would like to know why he would take this job rather than being a head coach. Maybe something going on there. I don't know. Behind the scenes.
You're right, because he was the head coach
at Norfolk State.
Yeah. Not sure, but he will be taking over the position that was left vacant by Fontaine Mines, who left last month to head over to Old Dominion. Also, Ronnie Woodward tweeted out earlier today that Joe Dooley has said that Batumba Baruti, Tyree Jackson, Charles Coleman, all three of those guys are players that will not be available for the basketball game tomorrow night against UCF. But they did return to practice on Monday.
I would say Baruti's tough because he does a lot, rebounding. He's been able to hit some threes this year. We knew, Pig Jackson and Charles Coleman had also suffered an injury and weren't really counting on those guys being there anyway. I would say Batumba Baruti, the news factor here, not playing. That's going to be tough for Thursday night. But if that's all that's out for the Pirates, they'll have enough to compete with and hopefully knock off UCF.
So we'll see what happens there. Of course, they play in Minji's tip-off 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So we'll see what happens there. Locally, high school basketball, Farmville Central's girls team beat McMichael yesterday.
The slipper still fits.
Yes, the slipper still fits. Give me back my shoe. 82-42 was the final.
Another 40-point upset
and to earn their third straight trip to the championship. They will be taking on Shelby Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. The boys won 113-76 over Northeastern yesterday. They're going to take on Hendersonville on Saturday. That game will be immediately following the girls' game, so that roughly about 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. All four teams, Shelby, Farmville Central, and Hendersonville, this girls and boys, all of these teams are undefeated, so they're going to be playing at Providence Grove in a town called Climax, North Carolina. I had to Google this. It's just southeast of Greensboro. It's in Randolph County, and it's about a 2-hour, 14-minute drive west.
The girls should have just stayed where they were.
Yeah, and just stayed the night. Yeah, just stay the rest of the week.
Yeah, I'm looking this up, so that's quite a trip. I've heard of Climax before. I couldn't tell you where it was. As I look at it on Google Maps now, it is a pretty appropriate name for the place to have the championship, though. This is the climax of their season.
That's right.
The climactic finish.
The climactic
to their
the
season.
Apex of their season.
So there you go.
Yeah. So
maybe it should have been an apex.
Yeah, it should have been. They will be having limited tickets for each school. However, there will be no public sales as far as tickets to the general public. So they're just going to limit it to just the individual schools. We don't have any kind of ticket information for that just yet. And I actually went back and did some digging, and I had to enlist the help of a former classmate of mine because I knew my memory was not going to be exactly perfect. But so shout out to Brandon Terrell for giving me the information that I needed. If Farmville Central's boys team wins, it will be their 7th state championship. They won one in 1989, 1990, 93 was the one that I remembered. Now, the 89 and 90 teams has an East Carolina connection. Can you guess what former ECU football player?
I mean, I'm going to go Morris Foreman.
Yeah, that's right. Morris Foreman played on the 89 and 90 teams and was also the MVP for those 2 years. 1993, 2016, 2019, 2020. And then possibly 2021. The girls, this would be, if they win it Saturday, this will be their 3rd state championship. They won it back in 2007. Of course, we remember that very well because we were there, Clip.
Were we?
Yes, we were.
Do we going to play some of that?
Do you want me to play?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, give me just 1 second. While I'm doing that, I also, speaking of the boys, they had... quite a dunk fest last night in Farmville Central.
Let me see. I know the local media was counting how many dunks.
I think Billy Weaver said it was 13.
Billy Weaves.
Yep. And so, anyway, one of them was...
13.
Yep.
Good call.
One of them was quite spectacular, and it made Sports Center last night. And in case you missed it, this is what the audio sounded like.
And at number 1, high school basketball from North Carolina, Northeastern, and Farmville Central. Leonte Moy with a block shot. Terquavian Smith goes between the legs, throws it off the glass to Moy for the slam. And Smith got with the assist. NC State, he's headed your way. Farmville Central went to 113-76.
Terquavian Smith between the legs, off the backboard. Leonte Moy with the flush. Baby T going to NC State. Leonte Moy, I watched this team, and there's a lot of these same guys together, Shirley.
That's right.
Just about everybody but Justin Wright from the team I saw last year.
Yep, and the year before that, I think it was Shaft Parker was the only one that, because he graduated and he moved on. So.
But Leonte Moy was awesome in that regional final I watched, and he was awesome again. I don't know if he's just kind of a man without a position. I don't know what his next level chances are. He's had to have some looks from schools, but he is great at the high school level, and blocking shots, dunking, and great dunk last night. But Baby T, Terquavion Smith, with a great between the legs alley-oop off the backboard.
And the best part about it is if you watch this team, and of course I'm saying this because I am a Farmville Central grad, but if you like basketball and you like really, really well executed basketball games, watch Farmville Central, because they are like a machine when it comes. They're quick, they're fast, they move the ball up and down the court. And it is just, it's so smooth at times, you don't even realize that these are high school kids that are playing. You're thinking more like, your upper echelon college program that you're watching on the court. So it's a lot of fun. The girls, we talked about this 2007 and 2020. They won their state championship. But 2007 we remember very well.
What a moment at Reynolds Coliseum.
Megan Zulu to Crystal Smith. Shot goes in. It goes in. Farmville Central wins. Farmville Central wins. In overtime, Crystal Smith, a freshman, brings home the state 2A title. Back to Pitt County and back to Farmville Central High School. Your final score, 56-55.
You want to talk about an all-time homer call, Shirley Rhodes.
That was a homer call.
The Farmville Central girls. She could not contain herself.
Nope, and nearly destroyed a whole bunch of equipment in the process.
That was such a cool deal too. Like Reynolds Coliseum, it's nice and quaint, and it was loud, and people were going crazy like all over us. And
oh yeah, because as a matter of fact, Chandler had not heard that cut before. And we were actually talking about it this morning. I played it for him, and I was explaining to him the reason why I was yelling so much is because Reynolds Coliseum, the way that they had the fans sitting, it was almost like Cameron Indoor. The fans are almost right up on you on press row. So there's very little space between you and the fans. So when Crystal Smith hit that shot, they were deafening behind us, and it was to the point where I could not hear myself in my own headset. And I was yelling because I was afraid the crowd was drowning out my voice. And so that was a memorable moment. They won. They were runners-up in 2019. 2019. And then they were champions last year. So they have a chance to go back-to-back this year. And the boys have a chance to three-peat and not lose a game in 3 years.
Dynasty.
I'm just saying.
Dynasty.
I told the High School Athletic Association, I told y'all not to poke the bear. I told y'all they weren't playing. You made them the 9 seed. You ticked them off. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Farmville Central. What a story.
That's my soapbox for the day.
What about a story, Chandler? What about a story that Farmville Central's been? As you would say.
What about a story?
What about a story? All right, anything else on your news desk?
Yes, something that you might be interested in just because you're a fan. The Washington football team discontinued their cheerleading program after more than 50 years, and they're going to replace it with a co-ed dance squad as part of its rebranding effort. Now listen to this. Team president Jason Wright stated that the team wanted the change because they're trying to create halftime programs that are similar to those in the NBA.
Oh, and also the part where the team had to settle with cheerleaders for doing a bunch of pervy stuff. Years ago.
That was later in the article. But
okay.
yes.
Yeah. Just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, but okay, so they're trying to rebrand the team. Here's my thought, and I'm not a Washington football team fan. My thought is, how about find a quarterback before you start messing with the cheerleaders? That's all I'm asking.
And
I mean, worry about the team itself.
No pun intended. When Shirley just said messing with the cheerleaders.
Yes, no pun intended.
This is who cares? This is stupid. Co-ed.
This is stupid.
This is stupid.
This is stupid.
What was the what are they officially called? A co-ed dance team?
Yeah, they're going with a co-ed dance team.
Everybody dance now. Bum, 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 bum. All right, here's Billy and Cassandra doing like Vogue mood. Everybody dance now. Bump. God, this is stupid.
Well, not just that, but the cheerleaders are being allowed and encouraged to try out for the co-ed dance team.
Who cares? What?
This is what they're worried about is the Washington football team.
Okay, I will say this too, as a fan of this great franchise. Like you go to ECU games, high school games, any game, like the cheerleaders talk, right? They're like, "Let's go Pirates, let's go!"
Yeah.
Like if you go to a Washington game, and I remember this like as a kid, it was so creepy. Which I don't even understand the point of cheerleaders really, especially at the pro level. But like we would only go to like a game a year, every other year when I was growing up, and then as I got older too, when I was having to foot the bill for the tickets. So if you're only going to one game, you're going to pony up to get good seats, so you're close.
Sure. Yeah, so, absolutely.
So we always had great seats. I appreciate my dad for that, and been able to take my stepson, and my wife to some games, and we get good seats. So we're pretty close, and we're right there, and the cheerleaders are in front of us. And they don't talk the entire game. They're like mutes, ventriloquists, and it's really creepy. Like you can hear the pom-pom shuffling, but they don't say anything. I don't think they're allowed to talk. It always freaked me out.
That makes no sense.
Like, why won't they let those women say any words? It's really strange. I don't see the purpose of cheerleaders at NFL games anyway. College, I get it. It's like a different deal.
Right.
Co-ed dance team just sounds absolutely ridiculous. I don't care. Why is that part of the game day experience? I don't know. But this whole thing is dumb. It's all because of Daniel Snyder and the crap they were doing with the cheerleaders that got them in trouble where they had to pay out settlements that now they're having a co-ed dance team, which really makes me proud as a fan of a team that doesn't have a name.
Well, here's what I mean, if you're going to, okay, so if you're trying to rebrand yourself as something different, kind of get away from that scandal as far as the cheerleaders go, I could see eliminating the cheerleading program.
Sure.
I can see that. Yeah. That makes sense. But to eliminate it and then say, we're going to have a co-ed dance team and we're going to make halftime like, NBA halftime.
Or to have a cheerleading team and don't be pervy.
Yeah.
Try
and
that
let
one.
the cheerleaders actually say something.
They had a meeting and they were like, look, we've got some options here. We could keep the cheerleading team, but we can't go to an island and have them take their tops off and do a calendar and like kind of hide their boobs, but you kind of see them, and we can't be pervs about it. And they all looked around the table and they were like, nah, we're going to have to keep being pervs. Like, if we keep the cheerleading team, we're going to have to keep doing this kind of stuff. So, all right, what's the other option? The other option is a co-ed dance team.
Perfect.
All right, I guess we'll go with option B, co-ed dance team. Everybody dance now. Bum, 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 bum.
What would the outfits look like?
Yeah, they're going to be like jumpsuits. They're going to be tumbling and rumbling and stumbling and bumbling.
I mean, it's like maroon and gold sequin jumpsuits.
Oh man!
I mean, that just makes no sense. I mean, if you're trying to get away from that and kind of distance yourself from that issue, then eliminate the program, but don't do something stupid like bring co-ed dance teams into the mix, because that doesn't make any sense. I mean, who else has something like that in the NFL? Nobody.
Snyder better thank God that he got Terry McLaurin and Chase Young and these guys I like and the guys that fans like to keep them rooting for this crap organization.
Well, find a quarterback. That's what you need, not a co-ed dance team.
We have a quarterback, Shirley.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's right there.
I apologize. Okay, Heineke. But what I'm saying is, worry about the football team. Don't worry about the stinking, halftime entertainment when, you're bringing something into the fray that does not make any sense.
I had a thought about the team name the other night. How about the Washington Presidents?
Do you know what? They used to call the cheerleading teams the first ladies of football.
Yep.
So, yeah, that would make sense.
The Washington Presidents.
Call them the presidents and then have cheerleaders, but have them...
The first ladies and men of dance.
No.
The dance team.
No. Let's not do that.
Y'all ready for this?
I mean, would you stick around for halftime for that?
Hell yeah. I want to see Johnny and Billy dancing. Just like I want to see Jessica and Bobby the girl dance. There's a Bobby with a Y and a Bobby with an I. And they're both on the dance team. Go team.
But they probably won't say anything either.
They can't talk. They're not allowed to talk. They're not allowed to take off their tops either anymore. We got rid of that.
Man.
Keep your
it
clothes.
Must suck to be a football team fan right now.
All right. Welcome to dance team tryouts. There's 2 rules. Clothes on, mouths shut. You can do those 2 things. You're a part of the Washington football co-ed men's and women's
First ladies and gentlemen
dance team. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. Eric Ward will join us.
I think I got him a little too fired up, don't you think, Chandler?
I would believe so.
Who cares? Why is this a thing?
That was a great opening segment to the show, though.
Great segment.
Great segment.
That was a strong start.
Co-ed dance team.
Strong
Hilarious.
start.
Bobby and Bobby. One dots their I with a heart. All right, Eric Ward joins us next. We'll talk some ECU athletics when we return after this.
Been pulled over for speeding and written a ticket? Then you need to call O'Neill Speedometer Service in Greenville. O'Neill's can calibrate all vehicles for speeding tickets. All-wheel drives, no problem. 18-wheelers, no problem. Motorcycles, no problem. O'Neill's can also repair instrument gauges that have stopped working. Whether you drive a Ford or GMC, Greenville's trusted speedometer shop for over 30 years is O'Neill's. Call today for repairs or calibration work at 756-5050. O'Neill Speedometer Service. Go Pirates.
On Jersey Mike's Day of Giving, we're giving all our sales to charities. Order a sub on Wednesday, March 31st to support a great cause and get free delivery with our app. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. If you can make a difference, you should. At Jersey Mike's, it's this simple philosophy that spurs us to celebrate our month of giving. This March, enjoy a sub and donate to a great local cause. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville. You can paint these Harvey's pitch is purple.
Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Here today with Silverback, also known as Mark James to his friends and family. Why do you come to F3?
I came to F3 for the fitness, no doubt, like most guys. And what surprised me about F3 is I really stayed for the friendships. The guys that I've met here, I didn't know 2 years ago, and I really consider my best friends now. If I need anything, it wouldn't surprise me one bit that either one of these guys would step up to be there for whatever's needed.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
Pirate Radio.
The
voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. If you've got damage from wood rot, consider it fixed. If you've got damage from smoke or fire, fixed. Damage caused by water, also fixed. If you've got damage, use a contractor that works for you and not your insurance company. Visit fixednc.com today or call 999-0001. That's 3 9s, 3 zeros, and a 1. Fixed NC, restore, renew, maintain. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on PRL. We'll talk some Major League Baseball, some O's baseball a little bit later on this hour with Mark Brown from CamdenChat.com. Right now, we'll keep it here close to home and talk to Eric Ward from ECU Marketing Fan Engagement. He is a busy man with a lot of sports happening right now, and the Pirates will be welcoming in some more fans than they were able to do previously. We'll talk about that and get a football season ticket update right now as Eric joins us on the Fixed NC live line. Eric, how you doing, man?
Great, Clip. Glad that we have a sunny game day for some Pirate baseball today.
A beautiful day for some Pirate baseball as ECU takes on Old Dominion in midweek action. And Eric, you'll have some more fans in attendance coming up in just a little bit as ECU is now inviting more fans to their events, indoor and outdoor. And I know you guys are really excited about that.
Yeah, it's been a weird year for a lot of reasons, but moving forward, it's just kind of exciting for the first time and really a full year that we actually have a substantial percentage of fans. I mean, we're sitting at that 30% number for these outdoor sports, and I know we're kind of doing a hybrid day today, but really Friday moving forward, 30% and beyond is going to be very exciting to see again.
Eric, let's go as far as Thursday night goes. I had a question about basketball, and you guys have done the ticket rollout to students. And first of all, do you know how that's gone so far as feedback from students that can be able to attend the game Thursday night against UCF?
Yeah, we actually have a group of students we speak to that represent different organizations around campus. And, obviously it's been a tough year for them. A big part of the college experience is being able to attend our sporting events, particularly, football, basketball, baseball, that a lot of them are very interested in. So, to have our first game truly back with fans, the opportunity to make that a student-driven game, I think that was really important for us. So really hope to see 700 students in Menzies tomorrow night, loud and proud, and our basketball team's obviously been out for a little bit, so maybe that extra little juice will be the home court advantage that we need from the Menzies Maniacs.
Yeah, so students in the building. How about if others want to go, Eric? Will there be tickets available, or is that going to be distributed to Pirate Club members and they'll be notified? How does that work as far as basketball goes for the last two games?
Yeah, there was a group that we've kind of gone down the list from basketball season ticket holders from years past that the Pirate Club has distributed tickets on with tiny, increments we've had. There will be some more, obviously, at the game on Thursday night, and then, it'll open up quite a bit more for the final home game of the season, Sunday, where they'll be able to get in a lot of our season ticket holders from years past. Because the ticketing system we've had in place this year, which has been none, we essentially have had to go through our donor list from, last year and the year before, and that's kind of how we've been able to integrate fans into the game so far this year, and obviously having quite a bit more of the game on Sunday. As far as the general public, no, not open for this year. It's quite a task that's unfortunately not able to happen, but you will see many Pirate fans at the game, Sunday in particular, Pirate Club donors.
As far as moving forward with the other sports, Eric, I was with you in Minges on Sunday as ECU just had a walk in the park against North Carolina in volleyball. That was fun to see. How about moving forward with volleyball, with women's soccer, lacrosse? If people want to go to those games, I believe no charge. So is it kind of a first come, first serve deal if people want to go to those events?
Yep. So we will also have the 30% capacity at those outdoor sporting events. Volleyball, because it's in a large arena, essentially is going to be the same. But because those are all free, we have a pass list for the team's parents who will be guaranteed admission, and then beyond that, it'll just be first come, first serve until that capacity is reached. So, for instance, if you wanted to go to the lacrosse game on Saturday at noon, you'll be able to go. I think we can allow 300 to that game. So, essentially, if you want to go, just show up.
Eric Ward joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Eric, with baseball moving forward, and I know some people who are big baseball fans and supporters were upset they were unable to get to a game, but the bottom line, I don't know if there's any better way to do it, to determine who can go to games than the way you guys did it. So moving forward, is it the same people for every game the rest of the year for baseball? Will there be other people who will be able to get tickets for these games that are in the Pirate Club? How does that work moving forward for the rest of the baseball season?
Yeah, the Pirate Club and ticket office have been working through that. I know that the plan for now is to stay the course on how it was released over the weekend. Of course, that can change. Everything here remains a very fluid situation. One thing I am somewhat encouraged on. I mean, it's a good problem to have when you have so many people who want to come to our ECU baseball games. What's encouraging is that some of the donors who may have had 6 or 8 tickets, a lot of those backed down to just kind of 2. And I know that the Pirate Club's been working on that to try to get as many people as possible, or families as possible, into Clark LeClaire. The big thing for me is, I just want to see all these tickets used. It's obviously a great opportunity this year to, see a team during the global pandemic, and with the lifting of restrictions and getting that 30% number. I really hope that each and every ticket is used, and we make sure that we give our boys a home field advantage.
Yeah, and this is not under your purview, Eric, but I know you guys are hoping that the attendance restrictions are eased up even more heading into the remainder of the year, and who knows, potentially another regional at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and we'll be able to invite even more fans to the stadium.
Yeah, that would be a really tremendous sight to see. I mean, I'm glad that the restrictions lifted so early in the season to give us some time to work through it, because I know we were kind of all angling, hoping that if a potential regional or super regional situation happened, that we would be able to have fans. And as long as the numbers keep going the way they do, hopefully it's a heck of a lot more people that are going to be in Clark LeClaire come May and June.
Eric, you already looking forward to spring football as well? People going to be able to go to Dowdy Ficklin Stadium to see the Pirates in a spring game?
Yeah, I imagine that number will be consistent with what we've done before. So,
yeah.
With our usual attendance at spring games, I'd like to think that we will be able to get the majority of people who would like to attend that in. I know that's something we're still talking through, and of course we got another month and a half or so, but I doubt we'll be able to see a traditional pigskin pig out type deal, underneath the stadium, just because of what we have to go through. But as far as actually seeing the team on the field in the stadium, I would imagine that's definitely going to be able to happen this year.
Eric Ward joining us. Football season tickets on sale. And Eric, any word on how that's gone the first couple of days?
Yeah, tremendous response. so far, I think we've crossed 5,000 or right at 5,000 sold so far. Traditionally that number, we have a huge day, usually right around the priority deadline, which this year is May 3rd. So we'll expect that to jump up quite a bit by then. And of course, we'll sell plenty between now and then. But I know the football staff is very pleased with how it's gone so far. We have pretty lofty goals this year to increase, and it's kind of a weird year because we sold season tickets last year, sort of midway through the late spring, early summer, and the numbers actually went very well. But then, of course, we had to scale everything back because of the restrictions put in place.
Yeah.
So it's sort of starting over in a way. And I know some of the people who did get season tickets, of course, moved on ahead to this year as well. But I mean, the opportunity to start off the season with an SEC team in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, I think, is very enticing. I personally am very excited for the Appalachian State game as well in Charlotte. And I mean, heck, we go to Marshall, I think, right after that. So, starting the season with a bang. I really hope that our season ticket holders continue to increase because it's going to be a very fun football season this fall. And starting as low as $99, there's a 6-month payment plan option as well if you get tickets through March 15th. So it's very affordable to go to games this fall.
Eric Ward joining us. Eric, have you been able to kind of catch your breath? You still got 2 basketball games coming up Thursday and then one on the weekend. No more women's basketball home games. They're off to the conference tournament. And then, of course, all these spring sports going on. Have you been able to catch your breath a little bit? I still a lot of work to do as you get throughout this spring into the summer.
No, we have a great staff. It's been a lot smoother than I even could have hoped for. And I mean, heck, you look at the game Sunday, you and I getting to enjoy volleyball. I mean, that was the only remaining sport here that I had not personally overseen.
Yeah.
And, of course, we led the Pirates to victory over North Carolina. So I guess you and I are stuck doing volleyball for the foreseeable future.
All right. Well, count me in, Eric. We're undefeated on the year. Eric Ward joining us. Eric, enjoy the baseball game. Hopefully another Pirate victory today at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And once you're done with that, I hope to see you at AJ's for some sports trivia.
Yeah, we'll see on the bullpen changes tonight. Could be a fun game, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I get to see you later.
All right, Eric Ward joining us. Eric, thanks, man. We enjoyed it. We'll talk to you again down the road, buddy.
Thanks always. Glad to see you.
Thank you, Eric Ward, joining us from ECU Marketing and Fan Engagement as he gets set for ECU baseball coming up this afternoon at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will take a time out, come back, talk some Major League Baseball. We'll have some O's for you on Pirate Radio in 2021. We'll get an O's update as today, I believe, they are beating the Braves as we speak. Talk about some of the young O's players, the stars of tomorrow, and look around Major League Baseball when we return. Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joins us when we return after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a Cadillac XT6. Take $6,000 off and 1.9% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty for all make and models.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G has launched and you can get it for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service to Pitt Greenville Airport, and reservations are available now at AA.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and home again safely. For your next trip, remember American Airlines is back at PGV, and you can book today at AA.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the pirates fly. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on PRL here on a Wednesday. Talk some ECU hoops with Seymour coming up in a little bit. He'll join us around 4 o'clock. Right now, we will talk some Major League Baseball and some O's baseball with Mark Brown from CamdenChat.com. First time we've hooked up with Mark on the Fixed NC Live line in 2021. Mark, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
Cliff, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm fresh off listening to the Orioles dispatch your Braves in their 7-inning spring training contest today by an 8-1 score. So,
an appropriate day for you to join the show. Your guys crushing my guys today out at the ballpark. And let's talk about these young Orioles. I guess I saw a highlight, Mark, of Adley Rutschman hitting a run-scoring double, and I know folks excited about him. I believe was he the number 1 overall pick, or he was a high pick here recently in the Major League Baseball draft. So is he the future, Mark? Is he part of the now? Where does Rutschman fit in as far as what the Orioles have in store for 2021?
I definitely think he's more a part of the future than the now. With the way everything worked out with no minor league season in 2020, he hasn't played above the low A level yet at this point. So they're saying they're probably going to skip him over and start him at the double A level, which now is, still is the Bowie Bay Sox for the Orioles. And, of course, the whole minor league shakeup, a whole big thing over the offseason. But, the levels are still the levels. And Rutschman will probably begin at Bowie. I think he'll be there at least half the season. If he's really lighting it on fire, they'll probably promote him to AAA, which is still at Norfolk. And if, again, he's doing great, I guess if you have some weird scenario where, like, the Orioles are in the race in August, maybe they would call him up. But I think most likely you're going to get, like, May the 1st, 2022 in that range for Rutschman getting a major league debut.
Who are the other top prospects, Mark, you're watching this spring training, and how many of those guys do you think will see MLB service time in 2021?
Well, yeah, Rutschman is definitely a big one. I'm kind of interested in outfielder Yusniel Diaz, see how he does in spring training. He's another guy. He hasn't, because of the minors not getting played last year and various injuries, he has not played above the double A level yet. So again, I'd be surprised if he's in the opening day picture. Two of the top prospects who aren't there at camp yet are the pitching prospects Grayson Rodriguez and DL Hall, who are in most of the prospect ranking lists, like top 100 guys across the whole of Major League Baseball. And the Orioles don't have their young pitchers there in camp yet because they don't really know exactly when the minor league seasons are going to start. They're going to be delayed. Even the AAA season is getting delayed by at least a month, so they don't want to start ramping up the innings for those guys until they know when the beginning date is. But as far as guys who are actually there, I mean, there's a wide assortment. You got lefty Zach Lowther. I've been looking forward to seeing him for a few years. Michael Baumann is another guy, a big right-hander. They're probably not going to be in the opening day rotation, but those are guys who are probably competing for, hopefully by like August, maybe they're ready to go. So if things go well, I guess that's who you would see by then.
Talking to Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com. I remember when the Braves went through their rebuild a few years ago, it was a very odd-looking team. You had some young guys. You had a bunch of veteran cast-offs as well. And we were talking baseball on the show a week or so ago, and Scott, who is our Maryland native, who chimes in quite a bit, asked about Felix Hernandez and Matt Harvey. And I honestly had no idea they were associated with the Baltimore Orioles. So how about those two old names, Mark? And do you expect to see those guys pitching for Baltimore in 2021?
So both Felix Hernandez and Matt Harvey are in camp on what they call minor league contract with a big league spring training invite, which means you're not on the 40-man roster. And if you make the opening day roster, they have to add you to the roster. But you're there in camp and getting a serious look. And, I mean, Felix Hernandez, that's a name, pretty much any baseball fan knows. The reality is he hasn't been good since 2016.
Yeah.
Matt Harvey, pretty much the same category. Didn't have quite as long of a run of success as Felix Hernandez did. But, again, he hasn't been good since 2015. Hernandez has been battling some shoulder problems, and I believe for Harvey it was he's never been the same after having to get surgery to correct thoracic outlet syndrome, which, if I remember correctly, is they had to remove one of his ribs, which I would like to not have that happen to me. And he had that happen, and then had to go back to trying to be a major league pitcher, and it hasn't gone well. So, those guys are going to get a chance because, again, the Orioles aren't going to have their young guys out of the in the rotation coming out of the gate. So there's room for some what they would like to call veteran presence. If they can reclaim even a fraction of their previous glory, you could have both Hernandez and Harvey make their roster if they are capable of pitching that well. Whether that's going to happen, I guess we'll start to see. I believe they're pitching over the next few days, their first spring outing. There hasn't even been a lot of ability for reporters to get in and see guys in the opening days of spring training because of continuing COVID protocols. Usually you would have the beat writers lurking around the bullpen sessions and like taking video and giving their impressions, and they weren't even allowed to be in the stadium on the workout days. So, it's kind of a black box so far about whether those guys have shown any real improvements. But I would be really interested if like Felix Hernandez particularly could revive a little bit and make it on the Orioles. I think that would just be fun to have, like King Felix trying to have a second act on the 2021 Orioles if he's able to do it. That would be fun.
Was hoping that was going to be with the 2020 Braves, but we had the COVID issues, and he opted out, and we didn't get to see him pitch for Atlanta last year, trying to make a comeback with the Baltimore Orioles. Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joining us. Mark, so who are they sticking on the season ticket billboards? Is it Trey Mancini? Can you still put Chris Davis up there with a straight face? Who are they kind of highlighting to try to get folks out to Camden Yards this year?
The Trey Mancini comeback story is probably the most compelling thing. Then you've got like John Means was an All-Star in 2019. He was good over his last few starts last year, so people are hoping for good things from him. Ryan Mountcastle still counts as a prospect. He had a nice debut over the final few weeks of the 2020 season. People have been looking forward to him for a while, and he made a good first impression, which that's pretty good. Maybe Austin Hayes, center fielder, but beyond that, there's some guys who will maybe be around in the future, but the ones people are really excited about are still coming up through the minor leagues.
Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, was looking at win totals for the 2021 season, and according to FanDuel, the Orioles are trying to avoid 100 losses. Their win total 63.5. That is next to last in baseball, just ahead of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So going to be another one of those years, Mark, where the Orioles try to get some young guys on the field, show signs of improvement. I guess they were pretty good over the short stint last year, the short season, but can they keep it up for an entire regular season? I'm not sure if they can. So what's your outlook on Baltimore this year? And I don't know, what do you want to see out of the 2021 Baltimore Orioles?
I think my hope is maybe they can start to get out of where they are losing 100-plus games, especially if that occurs because of younger players coming up and doing good, doing well. So you're talking like, okay, does Ryan Mountcastle keep hitting? Can somebody like John Means get back to, what made him, I think, the Rookie of the Year runner-up also in 2019? You're going to have, pitchers like Zach Lothar and Michael Baumann, who I mentioned before. Can they, secure rotation spots by the end of the season? Maybe have some hope for Rutschman doing well in the minors, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I go back and forth. Like, what did you say that over under was 63.5?
Yeah, 63.5.
So that's like right on the edge there of okay. So if they get 63, it's 63.99 again, right on the edge of 100 losses. If you look at some of the projection sites like Fangraphs or Baseball Prospectus, I believe they both have the Orioles in like 64 to 66 range. So, that's not good baseball. But when the last two full seasons were 47 wins in 2018 and then 54 in 2019, getting to something like 66 wins almost feels like progress. So, I guess that would make it a bit more fun to be an Orioles fan. It would be a bit less miserable to at least not be in that 100-loss club. And you've got, basically, again, all these projection sites, they try and do, okay, well, here's, the projected playoff odds. So the Orioles are the only team with a 0.0% chance of making the playoffs. The Orioles. And every other team, even the Pirates, who are projected to be as bad or worse, get a 0.4% chance. So things, at least 0.4% of the time, they can see, okay, something gets weird and the Pirates make the playoffs. The Orioles, there's no scenario that the computer models can envision where they make the playoffs. But, I can understand the rationale of, okay, we need to do this rebuilding project, but it's not fun to have to be a fan of the baseball team that I've been a fan of since the day I was born, pretty much, you look and they have a 0.0% chance to make the playoffs before the season starts. It's not great.
You can't even go with the Lloyd Christmas, so you're telling me there's a chance. There is no chance. There's a 0.0.
Not even you're telling me there's a chance. You're telling me there's no chance.
And you're down there in the AL East with the Red Sox, I guess, of all teams, because the Yankees are going to win games, the Rays win every year. And we're still kind of waiting to see, when do the Blue Jays break out? When do these young guys kind of put it all together and become a force? So there's a chance that could happen too. So, it doesn't help that you're in a division with the Yankees, Rays, and I'm sure the Red Sox will buy them a team here in the next few years and be back up at the top. So it doesn't help that the guys around you are good.
No, you're absolutely right. I think the Orioles, are going to have a tougher path back up than it's kind of been assumed especially since they hired Mike Elias from the Astros, like they were going to kind of emulate the Astros route where they were 100-plus losses in 2011 through 2013, so 3 straight years, and then they ascended from there. They were a wild card team in 2015, and then they won the World Series not long after that. So that's kind of the hope, but coming out of the basement in the AL West is a little bit easier than coming out of the basement when you've got the Yankees and Rays are both very good right now. The Rays, of course, in the shortened 2020 season had the second best record in all of baseball at 40-20. As you said, the Blue Jays are kind of on the verge of breaking out for a while. The Orioles did finish ahead of the Red Sox last year by exactly 1 game, but the Red Sox are not getting those same poor projections, even though they didn't do a heck of a lot to improve their roster. I'm looking at Fangraphs right now. They're projected for 84 wins this year. So maybe that's generous to them, but even so, they're probably going to be good, or as you said, start buying their way out of it, in a couple of years. And then, that's another team the Orioles have to pass. So they've got to be make a lot of smart decisions and have those work out as well as they might. And that's not going to be easy.
Talking some baseball with Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com. Mark, what do you guys have going on right now at the website? What are you cooking up?
Well, just today we are we've been kind of looking over some of the more fringy outfield options, like DJ Stewart, who had a really hot 2-week stretch last season, but his overall numbers were kind of not great. He had a very low batting average, although he walked a lot and he also hit a bunch of home runs. So, that's like, oh, well, what's he going to be over a full season? Some people are excited, some people are not. We got the Yusniel Diaz hype train is starting to leave the station. He hit a home run in the Orioles' first spring training game. We've been hearing about him for a while because he was kind of the headline piece in the Manny Machado trade with the Dodgers back in July of 2018. So, that's pretty much it for this week. We're going to be starting to ramp up for the regular season coming along pretty soon. So if anybody wants to see what's going on with the Orioles this year, they can certainly read CamdenChat.com and hopefully learn something new.
Mark, good stuff, man. Always enjoy talking to you here on Pirate Radio. We'll have O's games on the station in 2021, and we'll try to bring you on one more time, maybe at the end of the month before the real thing begins, and get a preview and find out what you think about the rest of the AL, NL, and what teams will be in the World Series, or I guess what team will be playing the Dodgers in the World Series. Maybe we should put it that way.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hopefully next time we talk, we got an idea whether this Felix Hernandez, Matt Harvey thing is going to happen or not. And at least then we can talk about that, if it's real or not.
Sounds good. Mark, thanks for joining us, man. Have a good one.
All right, take care. See you next time.
Mark Brown, CamdenChat.com, talking some O's baseball as Baltimore once again in a rebuild right now and hoping day to day, week to week to get better and get these young prospects older and more at bat. Sadly, Rutschman hurting the Braves today with an RBI double. He is one of the future members of the Baltimore Orioles. We'll take a timeout, come back. When we return, we will talk some hoops. Got Seymour on the way. Got Mike Mullis joining us as well in hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live. That and more on the way when we return after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Hello, this is Michael McGraw from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel and general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East providing services to ECU and Pitt County Athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get your yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 3/1/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Villa Verde on 10th Street, Greenville's only Dominican restaurant, now features a brand new lunch menu, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Choose from your favorites like the Villa Verde Burger, the Veggie Burger, the Cuban Sandwich, the Dominican Club, the Villa Wrap, the Vegetable Sandwich, the Big Poppy Steak Sandwich, or create your own bowl, all with your choice of side and a drink for under $10. If you're looking for a high quality, healthy, and affordable lunch, Villa Verde is your place. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
National Signing Day has come and gone, but that doesn't mean the recruiting news cycle is stopping. In fact, the Pirates still have their sights set on top targets in the transfer portal and have already turned their attention to the 2022 class. HoistTheColors.net has the latest on ECU recruiting from a football perspective, and we also cover basketball and baseball commitments like no others. Sign up now and get your first month for a single $1 to get the latest scoop on your favorite Pirate teams, along with in-depth baseball and spring football coverage in the months ahead. HoistTheColors.net.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Get educated and make prudent decisions about your financial future. Contact David Dahm at Carolina Wealth Management today at 439-1344 for a free consultation. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on PRL here on a Wednesday. Clip Rock and Mike Mullis in the Pirate Radio studios. Mully joining us to talk a little baseball later on and everything else going on. What's up, Mully?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. We'll talk a little hoops now. And Mike Mullis, a former high school basketball star.
Yeah, star. Absolutely.
Played alongside Jeff McInnes, former Tar Heel. What high school did you attend again?
West Charlotte.
West Charlotte. Were y'all good?
Yeah, we're pretty good. Yeah, we're pretty good. The Jeff McInnes thing, that's locked in your burned in your memory.
It is.
You bring that up very, very regularly.
Did you have any other teammates I would know?
Junior Burris played in the NBA.
I was a huge Junior Burris fan at Virginia.
Yeah,
I liked him a lot. Went to the Celtics. Never had a big NBA career.
Thad Bonaparte. There were some guys several D1 guys, but not.
I'm going to use Junior Burroughs now instead of Jeff McInnes.
There you go.
All right, Cy Seymour, former basketball coach, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. A return to basketball. And Cy, I know you're fired up for Thursday night. How you doing, man?
I'm fired up and ready to go, Clip. Doing fine. And Mully played basketball in Charlotte. Trust me, that's a great league over there. Anywhere you played in Charlotte, that's tough. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was pretty good competition out there day in, day out. And to infer that I played is probably unfair. But to have the best seats in the house was a pretty good deal too.
There you go. I got you.
Cy, man, it's been a long time since you were able to call a basketball game. It's the second extended pause during the season for ECU. And they came out last time after a pause and got blown out by Memphis. How's this time going to be different, Cy? I mean, they got UCF coming up on Thursday night. It's got to be tough to get right back into playing shape and playing with your teammates when you've been away for so long. But that's the challenge for ECU. Only 2 games left before the conference tournament, so they got to get going right away tomorrow night.
Yeah, all bets are off in COVID. I mean that for teams. I'm not sure, but I really probably believe he really got his full team to practice maybe today or yesterday. So think about what we're saying here. He's had a day to get ready with his team. That's how, and I'm talking about Joe Dooley. It is so difficult right now. What these kids have been through, and I'm talking about across the board. Any school you go to, it has been so difficult. I feel for the coaches. I feel for the players. I think it's one of those seasons that just drives you nuts. But listen, in basketball, February is always hard. You've gone 5 or 6 months. You're worn out. Everybody's dying. Well, now throw COVID on it, and it is just so difficult for everybody. And so, what do you expect tomorrow night? I know we will play hard. I just don't know how efficient because I don't think they've had much time to really practice and prepare as a team.
Cy Seymour joining us. Joe Dooley saying earlier, Cy, no surprise that, of course, Tyree Jackson's out and Charles Coleman suffered an injury. He's going to be out as well. I guess the biggest news, Batoma Baruti, who has been playing pretty well for the Pirates, grabbing rebounds, hitting shots from the outside. He will be out, so that'll be a key absence for ECU. Everybody else, hopefully, will be ready to go on Thursday night. But how about those 3 absences? What does that mean? Who has to step up for the Pirates?
Well, it really means that Lucy DeBow has to play well inside because what ECU's been doing is really going, and I like what they've done, they go small. And they put Baruti at the center, and it affects teams defensively. You can spread it out and go 5 out and let Garner drive on anybody you want to. Well, now that you don't have Baruti, how do you go small? And Baruti can step out and shoot a 3. So that the game changes a little bit in that part unless Joe moves somebody else inside that's small and goes with even a smaller lineup. But DeBow has to play well. He's got to give you a good ball game. But he's not the only one. The entire team has to step up for ECU to be in it. I think they have to shoot 3-ball well. I think I'm glad to see Tristan back alive and going, and I think that's important. I think Tremont's been playing well. Brandon's been playing well. But Baruti's a big pop for ECU not to have in the lineup.
Quick turnaround for the Knights as they were able to beat Tulsa last night 73-69. Isaiah Adams 19 points in the win for the Knights last night. So they got to turn right around, get on a plane, head to Greenville. And what do you remember about that first game, Si? It was one of those where ECU got down, fought back. We've seen it time and time again, and then just not have enough at the end of the game to get over the hump. What do they need to turn around from that first meeting against the Knights?
Yeah, I think when you look at that basketball game, first of all, you didn't have to, and Rock did a great job with them. Got them within 3 in the second half, but the first half is what beat ECU. You can't afford runs. This team has 3 guys that are in the top 16 scorers in the conference: Perry, Mahan, Green, and you just mentioned the kid, Isaiah Adams, who was a 4-star freshman recruit, one of the highest recruits they've ever had there. He's 6'6", he can really go. So when you look at him, he's a factor that can really go. The other part is, they are second in three-point shooting in the league. They'll hit about 8 threes a game, and it's not luck. These guys know how to fire, know how to shoot. So you got to get out on shooters. You can't afford a good percentage shooting 3 night, and you can't allow runs. You got to get back on defense. You got to play hard, and then on the offensive end, you cannot have live ball turnovers. That will lead to buckets at the other end. And I think you're going to have to hit the glass. The other part is a lot of times UCF will play a matchup zone. And so you got to shoot the 3-ball well. Shoot 3-ball well against UCF, you got a shot. And let's hope ECU can fire it up and knock down shots.
So I remember talking to you back in January and saying, you know what, Jaden's playing all right, but he's not the Jaden we know. Well, what's going on with Jaden? And I think since I asked you that, he's had 23-10, 26-8, 21-15, 23-9, 23-9. The last 5 games that ECU played, he led in points and rebounds, and he was the guy. Again, all bets are off with the pause and everything, but you hope he can come out and be that Jaden Garner that we know and enjoy watching play basketball.
You know something too on him, and again, you're right. He's been all Jaden, but I think he's been more. I thought that win against Houston, and in the games that we lost, you remember it was a tough run. He had SMU at that time period, and he had like 3 really rough games in a row. And what he did in those ball games, it was Memphis, Tulsa, and he played great. He played great defense. He rebounded the ball well, and he played great offense. And I mean, he did all 3. And that was the best I've seen Jaden play ever. I'm hoping he can come out with like this. Now he's been on a tough part of this trip. It's hard for him. Can he get ready? Can he get himself up? But if anybody can, it's Jaden. And if he plays like he has, and these were upper echelon teams that he played great against, and I mean all the facets of the game, then if he does that, ECU's got a shot.
Seymour joining us. I guess it's business as usual for the conference tournament. It's kind of waiting throughout January and February that maybe they would cut down on the number of teams. Maybe they would switch up their format a little bit, but looks like they're going to go every team there in Fort Worth, and they're going to play out a conference tournament in the American, and the champion survives and goes on to the AAC tournament. Is that I guess the only difference is the voice and Cy will be calling the action back in Greenville, but other than that, is it just going to be hopefully a normal tournament coming up next week?
It looks like it's going to be a normal tournament, and that's a great arena. That Dickey's Arena is an unbelievable place. We worked out in there, and they've got a lot of arenas. That's where if you've seen, the NIT will be in Dallas-Fort Worth, all games. Because you got TCU there, you got SMU in there, you got places where you can play it all. So it's a great area with great facilities. But this one facility, you know how you usually see one tunnel that you can go down in a place to play with the TV trucks and everything. They have 10 because they run rodeo in there. And that thing, you can bring any livestock you want to. This place is gigantic and a great arena to play in. So it'll be we went there last year, but did not get to call the games there because of COVID. But it is a great place to play, and like you said, I think all teams will go. I don't think it'll be. I thought they might go to an 8-team format, and they did not. In other words, I thought we'd see 7 games, 3 days. Nope, you're going to go the distance, and give credit, but you got to hold your breath on teams. And I'll tell you, I know they're saying the AAC might not get but one. But look, Wichita State's winning the league. They're playing great. How do you? What are you going to do? Leave out Houston?
No, Houston's in. I think at this point, Wichita State, and I know Joe Lenardi, I think, has them at a 12, so they still got some work to do, Si. But they have. They came out of nowhere with the Greg Marshall stuff, and I had no idea they'd play as well as they did down the stretch this year.
Didn't see it coming. Yeah. I did not see it either. And look, I'll have to tell you, I struggle with Memphis not getting in at 10-3 and 14-6. I think this league could easily get 3. I may be wrong, and certainly Lenardi is saying no. But this league has got some teams. SMU's really good. These teams are all very good. And I'll have to tell you, I know this is we're grabbing at straws, but this is the highest I've seen an ECU team at this time of year. In other words, they're like 160. ECU, and out of 347 teams, when you're in the top 50 percentile, that's not bad. But usually we are at 220, 230, 240. Joe had a really good preseason. He got crushed because he couldn't play games. I think he could have gotten Temple. I think he could have gotten with Tristan Newton. I think he would have gotten Tulane down there. This COVID stuff has really affected ECU tremendously, but it affects everybody.
And a couple of winnable games coming out here to end the regular season with UCF and Cincinnati, and then we'll see what we got coming up. I looked at it yesterday when Igo was here, and if the tournament started yesterday, ECU would have played Tulsa. Still a lot to be determined with that side, but they're going to get a winnable game in their first matchup of the AAC tournament too.
Well, once you've beaten Houston, you can beat anybody.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not just saying that.
Yeah.
Once you beat Houston, your mindset is we can play. And listen, I'm telling you, the games after that, all the games that they had 3 or 4 in a row, they were in those games and lost them in the last 3 to 4 minutes. And that tells you something about where we were headed. I'm concerned about Baruti being out, Coleman being out, and Tyree Jackson being out. That's major losses for ECU.
Si Seymour joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. Si, we'll catch up with you, maybe talk about the tournament next week, and also when the brackets come out. I want to know who your champion's going to be in 2021.
You got it, man. Are the Redskins in it? Is the Washington football team in it? Because they're going to win anyway. It doesn't matter.
Si, still optimistic about the Washington football team. Mully, what do you got?
Si, look, I couldn't. I was telling Clip before we came on. He goes, "Hey, come on in, and we'll talk to Si." And I couldn't help but bring up Todd and the baseball player that he was, and the experience to watch him in high school, and then obviously when he went over to Lenoir, we played him regularly. So it's some fond memories, and he was a good kid and a really good player.
Well, that's kind of you to say. And you know what? I want you to know this. He loved the way you recruited him. And what I'm saying is, you were always positive and always upbeat. You need to know that. We hadn't talked enough to tell you that, but I'm telling you, he felt really good when he talked to you, and that's always good for a dad to hear, but it's also good for a program to hear. And so you need to hear that. He really enjoyed it, and they had a good run, played well, went to the national championship, got beat in the finals, but he had a good game. He went 3 for 4 in the national championship game, and had a great career. But I love what they do at Pitt, and I love it's the hardest sport in the world.
No, it's not easy. And Gary Smith is now the skipper over at Lenoir.
Oh yeah. They beat Lewisburg yesterday.
Sure did. So a lot of fond memories. And again, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to like I said, share with you what my thoughts were, and I appreciate your kind words.
I mean it. Yeah, I really mean what I'm saying. I really appreciate it. And listen, stay with it because you're good at it. You help a lot of kids.
Well, thank you, buddy.
And Todd is now doing like his dad, right? Side on the basketball sidelines.
Enjoying it. But they suffered with COVID. They played 7 games the whole year. He could not get close to his players, and he only had 8 or 9 players.
Man.
I mean, it's just been tough.
Yeah. Si, thanks for joining us, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
You got it. Take care, guys.
All right, there he is. Si Seymour. Mully, the big. You didn't do the Tennessee McDonald's bag recruiting, did you?
No, well, and I wanted to tell Si, I'm glad I made his son feel good enough to go to the the closest possible rivalry. But I think obviously it worked out. And what was kind of cool is when they were At that time, we were still Division I, they were Division II. When they were going to the national championship or their tournament, we were on the way to Hagerstown, Maryland, and we actually stopped, unbeknownst, we actually stopped at the same exit to have lunch on the way there, and we're like, hey, there's the LC boys. And it was, you say rival, I mean, yeah, when those kids, they all knew each other, and it was, a lot of them played against each other in high school, whatever, and there was a little bit of that, but it was, after, when we weren't playing each other, we kind of kept an eye on what they were doing, and I played there, so I mean, it was, there was.
You were a Lancer?
I was a Lancer.
My dad was a Lancer. He was on the basketball team one semester. And then
played for Coach Dawson,
and perhaps I'm not sure, but I
don't know. Coach Dawson would have been probably. I don't think the ages would align.
I'll have to ask him, but he forewent his future years to become a professional farmer.
There you go. He took his talents to the field.
to the field. Good stuff. All right, Mully, we'll take a time out. We'll come back. We'll talk some baseball. Pirates and Monarchs going at it right now at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We'll give you an update on that and have more with Mike Mullis when we return after this. The best place in Greenville to unwind and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's is open every day with great food and great drink specials. During the week, stop by for open mic, music on the patio, or sports trivia with me, Clip Rock. The weekends are made for sports and live music. Watch every game from NCAA hoops, NHL, NASCAR, plus live music every Friday and Saturday night. Plus, stay tuned. The countdown to St. Patrick's Day is on. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bell's Fork, and online at ajmcmurphys.com. Your future is yours to create, and with the leadership development of Army ROTC, you're capable of taking command of it. Even in the midst of a pandemic, enrolling in Army ROTC prepares you to thrive as a full-time college student. Our specialized elective courses will equip you with the skills necessary to succeed in life, all while earning money for education. A strong future takes a strong force. Find out how to lead at goarmy.com/ECU. To learn more, contact Dale Anderson at 252-622-5346 or Anderson DAL at ecu.edu.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and the best burgers around. Check out the spicy mahi risotto or the bourbon pecan salmon. Wednesday night is date night. 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Thursday is ladies' night with $5 martinis and special apps. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. March means March Madness and hoops, but March also means spring football for the Pirates. I'll have some thoughts next.
Hosting Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6 every afternoon can get stressful. It's nice to relax sometimes, turn off the brain, and get some peace and quiet. Sure. Booty, Shirley, what are you doing?
Practicing.
Practicing for what?
For the show.
We open up the booty bag every day. Why do you need to practice?
Because when it comes to the booty, I expect absolute perfection.
Perfecting the booty. Okay, well, tune in to Pirate Radio Live, 3 to 6 every day. We'll open up the booty bag and make you a winner right here on Pirate Radio, the station for winners.
And the booty.
Mike Houston begins his third year as ECU's head football coach. His record with the Pirates is 7-14. That's very unlike Mike Houston, who won big at JMU, the Citadel, and Lenore Ryan before coming to Greenville. He walked into a rock-bottom program, and the rebuild, still very much underway, has been painful. There is hope for the fall, though, as spring ball gets underway in March. Quarterback Holt Naylor's returns, along with sophomore running backs Rajay Harris and Keaton Mitchell, who had terrific freshman seasons. Receiver C.J. Johnson has the talent, but he needs to be more consistent this year. A defense that force-fed a lot of young players returns almost intact. ECU has had 6 straight losing seasons, the most ever in school history. Breaking that streak won't be easy this fall, but if the dominoes fall the right way, it's possible. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. You can order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. Order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today, whether it's dine-in or take-out. Villa Verde is a platform for good. And as we head back in to Pirate Radio Live, Clip, got a scoring update for you. ECU is trailing Old Dominion 1-0 in the top of the second inning.
Leadoff bomb for the Monarchs today to take that 1-0 lead. Mike Mullis and I checking it out inside the Pirate Radio studios. Mully, did you see Shirley's Farmville Central Jaguars get on SportsCenter last night?
Yeah, if you watched SportsCenter, you saw it. Yeah, and that was pretty friggin' impressive.
That was from high level degree of difficulty on the between the legs alley-oop off the glass dunk.
What's his name? Williford. Wait, what did we do? Oh, that was pretty sweet. Don't do that. Oh, okay. What's funny to me, and Shirley has always stood by Farmville Central and her roots, but there are a lot of people that are now, that's their Farmville Central Jaguars. There are a lot of people flying that flag. If I was that crowd out there, I'm like, I am making money on this. Like, I'm coming up with some T-shirts or something, and we're gonna see if we can't make a couple grand.
The great Eminem once said, "Family fighting and fussing over who wants to invite me to supper. All of a sudden, I got 90-some cousins." That is the situation going on.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, well, there have been
Mathers,
T-shirts.
Slim Shady.
There have been T-shirts. I think it wasn't last year. It might have been the year before. They had a T-shirt that said Titletown.
Yeah, I'm talking about now. They've got a number 1 on SportsCenter.
Oh yeah.
That is. They should be printing them right now. Somebody should have come up with something and said, "All right, we got to do something to number 1 on SportsCenter."
That's huge.
That's pretty friggin' impressive.
That is. Yeah.
No, congrats. 13 dunks in a game, in a high school game.
That's stupid.
I remember it used to be like, in there again, being the get off my lawn guy, but it used to be like, dude, that dude dunked.
Yeah. I hate to say it, you go to ECU games and you're not going to see that many dunks.
No, well, but there's a little bit of difference in the talent level between Farmville and their opponent last night. They were just that much better.
There's a difference in the athleticism of Farmville and some teams I'd watch on a night-to-night basis.
Man, I tell you what, that was
Baby T.
They are a very well-oiled machine. I mean, I think now, of course, nowadays, I think having a backboard shatter is still kind of a rare feat, and it's a kind of a big deal when it happens.
I thought about that with the rims, like in a high school gym. Are they the same quality and everything's?
Yeah, Junior Burroughs, your Junior broke one. That was the only one I've seen live, but that was pre-breakaways.
I want to say Junior Burroughs was the one of the first. I might be wrong here, but when guys would go T-shirt under the jersey, but they would cut the T-shirt.
Yeah, you remember his number 44?
I was a big fan of him at UVA. All right, Molly, you want to talk about what's going on in the baseball world? You mentioned we were talking Pitt and Lenore. How's Tommy Easton's guys doing?
You know what? They were off this past weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I think they've had some weather issues. So I honestly have not had a chance to catch them. I know that they have been able to get some games in, and I think they've squared off against maybe Mount Olive one time. But I really hadn't kept up with it. It's been one of those things that. Between the weather and everything else, it's been kind of like, but now days like this, I want to go look at everybody's rosters and schedules and see what's going on. So I'll brush up on those guys shortly.
For ECU, kind of one in, one out, unfortunately, with Gavin Williams returning on Sunday, and then you had the Lane Hoover injury on Saturday, Mully, and I never saw it. I heard about it, and after I heard about it, I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, it was nasty. We were watching it, and I think. I mean, it was obviously a pretty serious collision, but I think that young man is very, very lucky. I mean, there was a, and I don't know what the prognosis is. I've just seen what everybody else has seen, but it was ugly. It was ugly. So it was cool to see Gavin back out there. Definitely. What's the line tonight? I'm going to set the line at 5 pitching changes tonight for Cliff. What do you think? Over, under?
Sounds about right. Which last week in the midweek game, they only had 3 pitchers used, and on the weekends they're using 7 or 8. It's kind of reversed, but today with Carter Spivey out, had the blister last week. You're right. There's going to be a ton of calls to the bullpen.
I just heard the other day in conversation that Cliff has used 18 different pitchers.
That's got to be
different dudes' names, like not, you know what I mean? Not this guy's been
not Cam Colmore 3.
That's right, but check 18 different guys.
Wow,
that's pretty impressive.
That's great.
What's impressive is that you can go that deep.
Yeah, exactly.
That you can run that many out there, and I think a lot of this too is that they got to make some decisions. For next year, and they've got obviously kids coming in and committed and whatever. They've got to kind of figure out where they're at, and you just can't continue to carry these expanded rosters forever. So I think that's part of the process.
So once they get to the 4-game conference weekend, Mully, they're not going to have midweek games.
That's correct.
So do you think there will be 4 starters? And this is not just ECU generally speaking. It depends on what you got. But do you think we'll see staff days during those series?
I think that I think it depends on what. I think it depends on what you got. I think East Carolina has enough quality starters that they can name their 4 guys. But again, that's all, man. That is all subject to change. You get in a game where you got a chance to win the series, so that would be 3 or 4, which is very difficult to do. But you get a chance to win that series, you may make a pitch change that you otherwise wouldn't make, which may affect your starter for the next day. So,
and what if you're playing 9 to 8 and 11 to 6 games? What's Sunday going to look like for your pitcher? What are you going to have left?
It could. I mean. Again, I think that's where East Carolina's in a very interesting position. But, we say that, and you look around the conference. I mean, UCF goes out and takes 2 or 3 from Ole Miss, number 1 team in the country last weekend. And actually, from what I read, they were the game they lost, they were walked off. So, I mean, they were right there with the number 1 team in the country. So, there's obviously quality players on all these rosters. So,
Beautiful weather day, great day for baseball at Clark LeClaire, and hopefully that'll be the same coming up this weekend when the Pirates take on Appalachian State Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We will talk to a former ECU football player who is now an assistant coach at Appalachian State. Britt Johnson going to join us.
Good dude.
On Thursday. He
really
is.
Good guy.
And looking forward to catching up with him. Hopefully he'll join us because he's not only returning to his alma mater, Mully, he's got a baby on the way, so he's got a lot going on.
Yeah, that's a busy guy. Britt, it's kind of funny. I think he's from Rocky Mount, Wilson area, and then played Legion ball over there. And we, I guess 2 years ago when they were in for the LeClaire Classic, was it 2 years ago? I think it's right. He obviously went last year. Actually, Troy and Jonathan did PRL or whatever it was called at 5 o'clock. They did it remotely from the City Hotel where those guys were staying. And Britt came in and talked for a little bit and did it out there in the courtyard. It was kind of a nice setup, but he came in and we talked for a little bit, had a chance to catch up, and he remembered, our Legion teams and whatever else. So it's, cool, great guy. And I mean, a true a coach's coach guy. He loves it and very good at what he does. And, wish him all the success in the world until this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see the Mountaineers in town coming up this weekend. We're going to have probably a review on this play, Mully, as the first baseman pulled off the bag. He thinks he made the tag. Ump called the runner safe to first. And what's your take on review in baseball?
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just it's where everything is good. I mean, we have the technology that let's use it. We all appreciate all the purist and the human error side of the umpires, but if I'm out there and I'm doing this for my living as a head coach of one of these programs, I'd like to get it right.
You want the right call?
I'd like to get it right because
there's got to be a way to speed it up, though, right?
Yeah.
All three umpires don't need to get together and then one runs to the dugout and they should just have a.
And I don't know what their setup is. It's not like somebody could bring it out there to them, I guess. So I don't know.
No, they just have an official in the camera booth and saying, "Okay, he's safe."
Okay, I think they're going to turn this one over.
All right,
just going out on a limb.
Chandler, what do you think? Chandler was saying safe in there.
Yeah, I think he might have missed the tag.
Well, one of the two of us is right.
I'm going to say jump ball, replay the
jump ball, make him go back to the do-over.
Yeah, let's do a do-over.
That's one thing you don't see very often in baseball is a do-over. I have seen it where they can't reach a conclusion, and that's been where there's, it could be a foul ball. I mean, I don't remember the exact scenario, but I have been part of do-overs, and it's like, so that whatever happened just didn't happen, and it's.
Mully, tell us a good ejection story when you got ejected.
Yeah, I'll tell you the one I was the most embarrassed.
Oh, okay. That's great.
We were, it was in American Legion Baseball, and we were in the playoffs at North Pitt High School. And, Triple Crown was kind of in its heyday, and we were playing Wayne County. And they had a really good club, and we were battling kind of back and forth. And by the way, Chandler, I was right.
Yeah, I saw.
So the plate umpire was all over the place, and we punched two guys out in a row, and Alex White was one, Tanner Jones the other, and I come down the line a little bit. And I was
coaching third?
Yeah, I was coaching third, and it was the umpire was John Sitnewski. If he's listening, I'm sure he remembers this. And we mended bridges after this, but I kind of did John, really? I mean, where's the strike zone kind of thing? And I did it as I was walking to the dugout, and trying to not get ejected.
Yeah,
and he dumped me. And so I grabbed my towel and ran out and did all the theatrics, and it was actually on the front page of Sports page with a reflector. But as I'm walking out of the dugout at Ryan Meadows' place, there are two kids from Triple Crown standing there with Triple Crown T-shirts on, and they were in the confines there. They were kind of right on top of the plate, so they could hear the conversation. And I didn't cuss and carry on. It was not the right venue, but as I'm walking out, and these little guys are looking at me, the eyes are big, and I'm like, hey guys, how are you? And here we are, trying to teach sportsmanship and whatever. But it was so that was one that I think the other one would be when Tommy and I both were ejected at Surrey, which is another story for another day.
All right, we'll save that one, I guess.
Yeah,
but thank you for giving us that one.
That was pretty funny.
You want to? Can you hang out one more segment?
Sure.
All right, we'll do another segment with Mike Mullis here inside the Pirate Radio Studios. Coming up, hour 3, we got the voice and the tight end, Jeff Charles. Bryce Williams going to join us on Pirate Radio Live. More to go on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
We're midway through bath time, and 2 medium, 2-topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each have begun their drive to the Smith's front door. That's a GPS-enabled custom delivery alert, folks. The newest improvement to the Domino's tracker, saying Domino's will be there in 2 minutes. They're calling it audible. Bath time's now rinse time. They've got 1 kid dry, 2 kids dry. The pizzas are here. They made it to the door. The kids are clean enough. The new Domino's tracker with GPS worked again.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Join us for the first annual North Carolina Strut Masters Championship on Saturday, April 10th. Presented by Crescent Tools. Brought to you by Mountain Dew, Yeti, Sam Jones Barbecue, Spring Hill Outfitters, and Nomad. Compete against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Hal Schaefer, and Nate Hosey. Live performances by Nate Hosey and much, much more. Registration now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Teams with the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes, up to $15,000. The tournament is open to residents and non-residents that have access to hunt properties in North Carolina. Deadline to register is March 31st. Weigh-in is at R.A. Woods Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. We'll see you there.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity, next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is assistant football coach Drew Dudzik, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Select Bank and Trust. Banking is banking until the service is not the same. Wouldn't you like to deal with a bank that is responsive to your needs, can make local decisions, and cares about you, the customer? Try Select Bank and Trust. Bank local. Bank select. SelectBank.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, just catching up on Twitter here. Chad asking, talking about Mike Mullis getting tossed. Chad asked, did you ever get kicked out of a church league softball game? And Shirley was tagged in that. And Shirley, Mike Mullis, responded, I never have, but as an umpire, I almost threw out a minister's wife out of the ballpark. I think we need to hear that story.
Wow.
What happened, Shirley? What did she say?
Darn.
Oh, easy with the language.
No, actually, what happened? The way our church softball league was set up was we didn't have paid umpires at the time. So basically, you had volunteer umpires. Whoever was playing the game prior to you had to volunteer 2 players to be the umpire of the next game. So it was myself and another one of my teammates. I was the field umpire, and this particular minister was pitching for the next game. So there was a play at second base, and I called the runner safe because the tag was high. And of course, he got to the bag before the tag. So minister comes over, questions the call, and I said, no, the runner is safe.
Pastor, I made my call.
I said, the tag was high. The runner is safe. Well, this particular minister's wife was in the dugout on the first base side, and I had moved back over closer to first base, and she just absolutely would not stop hemming and hawing about that call. And she just was starting to get kind of rude and kind of ugly. I'm not going to go into details as far as what she said, but finally I got so frustrated because, once again, this is a church softball game, and there are families and children, and here, so finally I looked at my teammate who was the home plate umpire, and I said, hey, can you call time for a second? And he called time, and I walked over and I said, this is a church softball game. You're the minister's wife. How about act like it or leave? And she kind of looked at me and
everybody in the crowd
kind of shut up.
Ooh.
And then we resumed play. At the end of that inning, my teammate walks over to me and says, can we even do that? Can we throw someone out of the ballpark? I said, I don't know. I said, but I was going to throw her out, whether I could or not.
Yeah.
I had just about had enough of it. So, but it was, so that's the story behind that.
Getting ejected by a volunteer umpire will be like getting arrested by a security guard.
Is that legal?
This is true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I didn't know whether it was within I didn't know if it was within the rules or not, but I had just about had enough of her mouth, and I was just like, look, either you be quiet or you leave, because I'm going to throw you out of here.
And this is the minister's wife we're talking about.
Well, I mean,
we're not talking about a random person that showed up to the ballpark.
This was a minister's wife.
There's more junk talk in church league than a lot of different
there's no
types
question
of sports.
about it.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of trash talking going on.
I was never ejected, but we were in a 3-on-3 basketball league years and years ago at was it the Sports Connection? Was that a place?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was, I don't know how much these refs got paid. All I do know is that Rainey Steins reffed a few of our games.
Wow.
Which made it feel like we were big leagues.
Right.
But I wasn't going to do it when Ramey was there, but when another ref was there, they would call fouls, keep up with fouls. You could foul out. They would call technicals. And I was like, I want to get teed up. So, during a time, they called timeout. I took the ball, threw it all the way at the end of the court, and got a tee. And felt really good about it. I didn't get my second tee because I wanted to stay in the game. But just something about getting teed up felt good. I felt like Rasheed Wallace for a minute there. I couldn't dunk, unfortunately, but I got my tee out of the way.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When I played Little League, my dad got ejected from a game, and I cried because I thought I'd never see my dad again.
Wait, where did you think he would go?
I don't know, but he had to leave the ballpark. So
Dad!
I cried.
Come back, Dad!
So your mom's taking you home.
How old were you?
Yeah, I'm like, where's Dad?
It's are we gonna get a new dad? How does this work?
I think it was first year of coach pitch. Yeah,
I can see that.
So you're probably 8, 9 years old.
Yeah,
I can see that.
My dad was pissed, man. I've never seen my dad that mad. I mean, only to me, but to somebody else, to a random person.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a weird thing when you see your dad or a family member interact with somebody outside of your family in a different way,
especially at the age of 8.
Yeah.
And especially the fact it was a freaking coach pitch baseball game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my dad was very competitive. We won many a county championship.
Congratulations.
And Coach Pitch?
Welcome back. Welcome back to Peak Too Early Radio.
Wow.
I'm a great host for it, Clip Rock.
I mean,
come on, Mully.
I mean,
you've been across a lot of people like us.
No, and I'm not. But I that's just. I've been at ballparks watching kids play or something and see the outrage that comes from the washed up dad, and it's like, dude, chill out. I mean,
and it's not just the dads too. The moms get into
it can be
it
equally
too.
as bad. Yeah, but it's I don't know. just not my thing. I mean, I understand, and I understand the competitive nature of people, and that's great. But at some point, there's got to be just a little restraint somewhere to go. You know what? This is when I think about this. Like when I get home and go, you know what? I got dumped from an 8-year-old coach pitch game.
Right, yeah.
That's got to be a little bit like, man, that was like me coming through the gate and those 2 kids that I've worked with, and I was getting paid to do this, but still I was like, man, I was embarrassed.
The problem is though, Mully, a lot of those guys, and probably Chandler's dad too, when they looked themselves in the mirror, they said, man, that other guy was way wrong.
That ain't on me. I don't doubt that.
I remember my dad apologizing not only to the umpire but to the
team and to the kids. Yeah,
because he was able to see us after the game.
Yeah, he was like, man.
So you did see your dad after the game?
Yes.
Was it like one of those reunions where the guy's been in Afghanistan?
Yeah. like I'm running real slow.
Guess who we've got?
Bum 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 bum.
Chandler's dad. Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
Good thing there wasn't YouTube then. That would have been a hit.
The guy's been in Afghanistan.
And then also,
for some reason, his dad was wearing fatigue.
Yeah, all of a sudden. No, he was wearing a mascot's uniform. He had a wolf's head on.
But then my dad also coached me in high school, and he got into a little bout one time with. I can't remember if he got ejected or not, but it didn't bother me as much.
You knew he'd be back
at the age of 16 years old.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
It wasn't embarrassing for you at that point.
It wasn't bad. I mean,
you were like,
it happens all the time.
Dad had it again.
Don't worry about him. Don't worry about it.
He's good. He's fine.
Just let him finish.
My mom was more embarrassed than anybody.
Oh yeah, probably so. Yeah.
I was always thankful. At the time, I wasn't. I wanted my dad to coach and like be really involved, and he was like, "No, you don't." And I was thankful that he was a stand down the right field line on the fence parent instead of a.
That's my gig.
And that was I appreciate that.
I would rather coach at practice and watch the game. Like, I don't mind going out and help and, hey, we'll do this and, have some fun, whatever. But when it comes to game time, I just, there's no managing, Now, I will say, like Greenville League, when those kids get pretty refined in their skill sets and, now that's a little different deal. But, when you're talking anything under, 10 years old, maybe even 11, it's kind of is what it is. You're either good enough or you're not.
Greenville Little League getting cranked back up, by the way. They got tryouts right now.
Yeah, they're getting ready to get fired up. I don't know exactly what their timeline is, but yeah, it's common. I mean, it's that's what we talked about last week or week before, whenever it was, that we do have a little bit of renewal of normalcy and kind of faith. It's. So look, I don't know about you guys, but the weather is such a big deal for me. Like it's walking around outside today, I look at my truck and it's 69 degrees and sunny, and we know we got a ball game this afternoon, and then this weekend we'll be able to get in the stadium, and a lot of good things. So it is a sense of hey, we are coming back to some sanity.
I didn't think about it until today, where I was like, you know what, there is an extra pep in the step, and it's because it's not raining and cold outside. That's just that simple.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. So I mean, it's and I will tell you that the maybe the upside of having dealt with COVID is that you do have. I can't do the vaccine yet because of timing and whatever else, but you do have a little sense of I don't have to be quite as scared because of antibodies and whatever else. So yeah, kind of put all those things together, and it's a recipe for digging yourselves out of the doldrums that we've had for the last 12 or 13 months. So.
Yeah, I was going to say that this past weekend, well, first of all, the weather was fantastic, on Saturday and Sunday, just beautiful weather. But, getting out to the softball field and getting behind the mic and doing PA for softball, that was a sense of normalcy. That's the first time I've really felt kind of normal for this time of year. Yep. And it was really nice to be able to kind of get back in the saddle and do that stuff again. And so you're starting to see just little bits and pieces of that a little bit more frequently now. So, and when the weather starts, being nice, although it could be a couple of degrees warmer right now, but, it is nice to kind of have some sense of normalcy.
Mully's excited because the KBO's got to be cranking back up pretty soon.
Not far.
Yeah.
It's not far. And I mean, look, I'll watch again I sure hope ESPN throws them a bone and picks up at least a KBO game of the week or something. I mean, what else do they have to do in the morning? But no, man, I again, that was a huge thing for me, is at least I could turn it on and hear, those voices that I'm used to, whether they can pronounce half the names or not. At first, it was kind of like whatever. And I always found it interesting that they want to talk about the fact that it's 3:00 in the morning here where I'm, wherever. It's like, we get it. Like, we get it. But you're getting paid where otherwise there are no ball games. There's no games to call. I don't know how your contract works, but you may not get paid. So I probably would just be appreciative that they found a way to get us in.
Go ahead. No, you go.
No, you go ahead.
Speaking of KBO, former Pirate Mike Wright got the start for the White Sox the other day in their first spring training game.
Good call.
I was going to say, I'd like to see what the KBO looks like with fans. I mean, because they didn't have fans last year.
Till late.
Yeah, and so I'd like to see how they're fit, because if you've ever watched any kind of game overseas, like during a normal baseball game, their fans are nuts.
It's a rehearsed deal. I mean, the chants and all.
A lot of thunder sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
a lot of dancing.
Sam Nairn used to tell the stories about being down in, I don't remember exactly where it was, in Latin America, whatever, but the atmosphere around the game was just, was crazy. It was a show in and of itself. So, yeah. And we probably could use a little bit more of that here in our game. But an interesting deal this year in Major League in spring training, the 20-pitch inning. Have you seen that?
I didn't know about that. In fact, I was watching the Braves and Red Sox earlier this week, and it was their pitcher, who I can't think of right now for the Red Sox. I saw Acuña's leadoff double. He scored on a run and went to go do something. Apparently, in that inning, he threw 20 pitches.
Swap them up.
And inning over. Braves had like the bases loaded, and they said, "All right, get off the field."
And what's funny to me is they still post scores.
Right, like it count, like the game counts, like you got these mercy rules.
And I get that's not uncommon when you're having playing an inter squad game or doing something. And they've even, I guess, gotten to the point where they're playing 7-inning ball games and can play a 5. Which is kind of interesting, but
Braves and O's played 7 today and called it a game. So
yeah, and I don't know if they're. I would love to hear the rationale behind that, but whatever, it is what it is.
I think part of it too, like we talked to Mark Brown from Camden Chat earlier. He said that they don't have some of their prospects right now in spring training because they don't know when the minor league seasons are going to start, and they're going to be pushed back, and don't want them to, I guess, get cranked up too early.
No, yeah.
So
I mean, that makes sense. I guess that has a lot to do with it. But I would think, hey, let's play one less game a week or something. So because I would like to put my offense in a position. I mean, I'd like to have a 9th inning or a bases loaded situation. I'd like to go through that. So, but
Mully, we covered a lot of bases today. So
yeah,
thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Am I being ejected?
What you got on the hopper?
You're gone.
I'm gone.
Will we ever see you again once you leave this room?
I'll meet y'all outside. I'll meet you outside. We got the Arnie's tournament coming up this weekend in golf, so that'll be fun. Always a good one to watch. And
I think is Harold playing?
I don't know.
I think he's in.
Getting closer to the Masters. So a lot of baseball this weekend. And I say this weekend. Normally it's Thursday or Friday when I'm on, so it's a little weird to just for it to just be Wednesday. But
once we pass Wednesday, it's all weekend, baby.
Well, and that's a Greenville thing too, especially when East Carolina has home baseball games or home football game. You can just about shut it down Friday at lunchtime because everybody's already in that mode.
Enjoyed it, Mully.
Yeah,
have a good one, buddy.
As always.
Thank you. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The voice and the tight end, Jeff Charles.
Not all in one.
No, 2 different people. Jeff Charles, Bryce Williams. We got a booty bag giveaway to get to as well. And more coming up in Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Introducing Tommy Club, the best car wash value anywhere. Starting at just $19.99 a month, you can wash your car as often as you like, and also take advantage of our express lanes exclusively for Tommy Club members. You can enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride to a spot-free shine faster and as often as you like when you're a member of Tommy Club. Plus, our vacuums and mat washers are always free. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those, but anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
On Jersey Mike's Day of Giving, we're giving all our sales to charities. Order a sub on Wednesday, March 31st to support a great cause and get free delivery with our app. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. If you can make a difference, you should. At Jersey Mike's, it's this simple philosophy that spurs us to celebrate our month of giving. This March, enjoy a sub and donate to a great local cause. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one day.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
Here today with the closed hand, also known as Denton Hardy to his friends and family. Why F3?
Because it's at a time in my life when I need a little bit of purpose and to get up in the morning and to get going for the day, it helps me.
One letter, one number, F3. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. All workouts are free of charge and open to all men. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Keep your vehicle clean with the Pirates Cove Car Wash Fast Pass. The Fast Pass allows you to have unlimited car washes every month at every location. Pirates Cove Car Wash has locations in Greenville on 10th Street, Fire Tower Road, and Memorial Drive. Pirates Cove Car Wash, the ultimate car wash experience and the official car wash of ECU Athletics. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Flip Brock.
Alrighty, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on the way. We will make you a winner in this hour and open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. Got that coming up in this hour. Also, the voice Jeff Charles will join us, talk about the return to the hardwood for ECU basketball. They will be in action coming up on Thursday night. We'll talk to Jeff about that and other topics. And we got Bryce Williams joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. What's up, Bryce?
How you doing?
We had a birthday last week.
Yeah.
You went to a wedding, I believe.
I went to a wedding the weekend before my birthday, CJ's wedding.
And
this weekend. Past weekend.
I hear wedding bells.
Yes.
Coming up in the future for one Bryce Williams. We got a lot to talk about.
I know.
In the life of Bryce. That and more on the way in hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back. Got the voice and Bryce Williams when we return after this.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get your yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 3/1/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges. And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit. Like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite. Except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet Biscuit combo for just $4.99. It's bow time.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has something for everyone, like New York-style pizza, lasagna, chicken, veal, or eggplant parmesan, homemade meatballs, plus a variety of seafood selections and favorites, like the steak burger and southern pork chop. If you need food to go, Familia's drive-thru window is open and ready for all takeout orders. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Did you know you can help prevent natural gas emergencies? Whether you're planting a tree, putting up a fence, landscaping, or starting an excavation project, Greenville Utilities strongly encourages you to follow the law and call NC 811. Even minor contact with the natural gas pipeline could cause a natural gas emergency. Before digging or excavation of any kind, North Carolina law requires you call NC 811. Please call at least 3 full working days in advance so all utility lines can be professionally marked prior to digging. Stay safe, avoid damages, and call 811 before you dig.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Thinking of remodeling your home or business? AG's Home Solutions have been serving the remodeling needs of Eastern North Carolinians since 2017. The company specializes in additions, kitchen and bath remodels, historic preservation, commercial upfitting, and new construction. AG's Home Solutions offers a full-service design center and showroom staffed with a knowledgeable sales and design consultant ready to help with any remodeling project. Visit aghomesolutions.com to get started today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on PRL here on a Wednesday and a beautiful day for baseball. And right now, the Pirates trying to get the bats woken up a little bit, down 2-0 in the fourth inning to Old Dominion. Got Bryce Williams in here talking a little baseball. And Bryce, how much baseball did you play growing up?
I only play, I think I played like 1 year of. Well, I mean, I did the whole T-ball, the C-ball with the pitching machine, and I might have done 2 years of, the fast pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then from then on, it was soccer, basketball. Well, track didn't come to high school. So, yeah, not much baseball.
Okay.
I'm scared of that.
Did they put you over at, like, first base? That's where they put the tall guys.
I was, I think I was like a third baseman.
Oh, okay.
I think I was a third baseman.
Play in the hot corner.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the third baseman.
Well, you would be an intimidating presence in the batter's box. Now, once you swung, maybe not.
Yeah, I would whiff. I mean, the closest baseball I've got was back when I was living in Winston. My brother, my older brother, they played in the league, the city league in Winston-Salem and stuff. So there's a team and whatnot. And they needed me to play. And I said, well, heck yeah. I think it's a blast. And, man, I was trying to crush that thing. And it was slow pitch softball, by the way. So, underhand. And no lie, like the 2 times at bat, I'm trying to crush the thing. So, what do you think I'm doing? I'm whiffing.
Oh, no.
So, I think I struck out once. And like barely nicked the other one, and my brother's like, just like barely swing.
Just give us a hit.
And
bro.
So it was, I guess, my last one at bat. I barely swung, and that thing took off. I mean, it would have gone over the fence if a guy wouldn't have been there to like reach his arm. I mean, my buddies, my brother's friends were like, dang, I've never seen a ball take off that fast. And I was like, yeah, I was hoping for a home run. But now that I know, something like golf, just let the let it do, let the club do the work or whatnot. So now I'm anxious to get back at an opportunity to play slow pitch softball if I need to sub around Greenville.
If y'all want a ringer and the price is right, Bryce Williams will join your team.
Yeah, I will join the team or at least substitute, and I need to borrow a glove. But,
good deal. And I was a big clubhouse guy. They liked me to hang out and crack jokes and stuff.
Oh yeah,
you'd be a fun guy in the dugout, bro.
Yeah, I think it looks like
get
a good
along
time,
with everybody
for sure.
Drink a few before and after the game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fun time.
You're speaking my language.
All right, let's now visit with the voice. He calls the action on the field and on the court. Jeff, I don't know if we've ever talked about your playing days. Were you an athlete in your prime, Jeff? What sports did you play back in the day?
I played baseball. I played quite a bit of baseball, Clip. Back in the day, I played through high school, American Legion. Fun about playing baseball at the small college level. Visited a couple of schools, and things just didn't quite work out at the time. But baseball 1, basketball 2, and didn't play as much football as the other sports, but it was primarily those 2.
No, good deal. What position was the voice playing on the diamond?
Well, I played a lot of different positions. As a kid, as a youngster, I played mostly shortstop and did a lot of pitching as well. I pitched through high school. and I played middle infield, shortstop, second base, even played a little bit of third base in high school, and could also play in the outfield. So,
wow.
Kind of a jack of all trades and a master of none.
There you go. Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, when did you get into the weightlifting, the fitness that you're known for now? Was that always with you, or did you pick that up later?
You know, I got more serious about it, Clip, when I got to ECU and we opened up the new building, the new, at the time, Ward Sports Building, which I guess now is the old Ward Sports Building, but we opened up that weight room down there on the first floor, and Coach Lewis was here then. I mean, this goes way back to like 1990, and a bunch of us who worked in the athletics department at the time said, well, let's go down there and see what it's like. And we went down there, and I just kind of got into it and started there. So, my goodness, that's been, 30 years ago now. And it's been a long time, and sometimes my joints feel like it too.
Wow. Visiting with the voice, talking on the field stuff. Now let's talk about courtside, where Jeff Charles will be coming up on Thursday night. Jeff, a return to Pirate basketball. I thought they'd come back, Jeff, but man, there was a few weeks in there where it felt like, has ECU played their last game of the season? It's going to be great to see them back on the court on Thursday night. Was there ever a point, Jeff, where you thought, man, that might be it for Pirate basketball?
It did cross my mind, Clip, but I always thought, too, that they would play again at some point, and it's going to be 24 days between games, which is pretty incredible when the Pirates play tomorrow. And, again, we've got our fingers crossed, but all indications are ECU will play UCF tomorrow, and that's the late game, too, 9 o'clock tip-off tomorrow night in Greenville. So I was always hopeful that they would play. Didn't think it would last forever, but there have been a number of teams, Clip, as you know, around the country that have had these 24, 25, 26-day layoffs. And East Carolina was doing well staying away from COVID for a long time. And then, boy, once it hit, it really hit hard. And so here we are. A lot of concerns, I think, if you're a coach, if you're Joe Dooley going into the game tomorrow. Now, UCF has been playing regularly, and they just played last night, so they get on the plane late today and fly up here tonight and play again 48 hours later against the Pirates tomorrow. So, they've been playing pretty much, and they've been playing well, too. They've won 4 of their last 5 and 5 of their last 7. Meanwhile, you've got another basketball team, and ECU's not played for 24 days. So I don't know really what to expect. I know in talking to some other folks that have gone through this, they have told me that, boy, you could really see in the second half of games legs going on the teams that they've been broadcasting for, and the conditioning has been a factor. So we will look for that tomorrow in the second half from ECU. It's just really difficult to simulate being in game mode when you have just practiced basically only this week for a week, because the guys weren't even practicing for a long time. So I guess it's anybody's guess, Clip, what we're going to see tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I remember the first comeback from a pause, and it was against Memphis, and that one got out of hand and stayed out of hand, and we talked about it at the time, Jeff, but is that, that just kind of unavoidable, especially when you talk about what happens in the second half when you're not conditioned and you hadn't played in so long? I mean, Joe Dooley's going to do all he can to get his guys ready to go, but I don't know. At some point, that layoff just comes back to bite you, right?
Well, I would think so, Clip. I think for the most part, you have to be concerned with your offense and the timing with your offense. East Carolina does run, their half-court sets with precision when everything is in sync and the guys are practicing and playing games on a regular basis. So you have to be concerned about that. Maybe defensively, if the conditioning is pretty good, they can play pretty well defensively tomorrow night and rebound the ball. But offensively, that's what is a concern for me. And in the first matchup against UCF, really only 2 guys scored, and that was Jaden Gardner and also Tremont Robinson-White. They were the only 2 Pirates who were in double figures, so they've got to find a way, Clip, to get more guys involved. Now, Jaden had a big game against them the first time. He had 23 points and 10 rebounds, and Tremont had 18 points, and then after that, nobody else scored in double figures. So they're going to have to get more scoring out of more guys tomorrow, and they're also going to have to shoot the 3 ball a lot better. They were 4 of 20 from 3 against UCF in the first matchup in Orlando, and you flip the coin on the other side, and UCF was 10 of 23. So UCF made 6 more threes, and you add that up, that's 18 more points from the 3-point line for the Knights than for the Pirates. That's a big reason why UCF won. And UCF, by the way, is the best three-point shooting team in the American Athletic Conference. So going into this game tomorrow night, one of the big keys is going to be defending the three-point line. They've got 4 guys who can knock down threes, and so the Pirates are going to have to play well defensively in the game tomorrow night.
Jeff Charles joining us on the Bud Light ECU Report, brought to you by Bud Light, who reminds Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Jeff, a football nugget for you today. Latrell Scott going to be hired as an ECU assistant coach. Stephen Igo had a write-up on hoistthecolors.net earlier today. This one's interesting because Scott resigned officially as the head coach of Norfolk State Wednesday morning. Now, Norfolk State competes in the MEAC. They did not play in the fall. They also had their spring season canceled by the school. So, I don't know if that was the determining factor here or why you would resign as a head coach at a school. There's got to be something going on there at Norfolk State, but he's going to join the staff at the vacant inside receivers and tight end spot that was left open recently as Fontel Mine's moving on. So yet another coaching change this offseason, Jeff, but you just hope that Mike Houston got a good one here, got a former head coach, so that's a positive sign for the Pirates.
Yeah, I would think so, too, and being a coach in the Norfolk area, he should know all the coaches up there in the Tidewater area, and that's certainly a fertile recruiting grounds for not only the East Carolinas of the world, but for schools all over the East Coast. I mean, there are just so many players. Until you really go up there and visit and spend time up there, you don't realize what a big area that is and how many high schools there are and how many terrific athletes just come out of the Tidewater or the Hampton Roads area. So you would think that he certainly knows a lot of coaches there, and maybe that'll pay off for the Pirates recruiting-wise. And you're right, Cliff, there have been changes on the staff this year. I don't really think Mike Houston anticipated all of these changes at the end of the year, but this is a very fluid business these days, and things do happen. So we're going to see a new look as far as the Pirate coaching staff is concerned, football-wise. Good to see the guys who are left over are good coaches. So he still has some of those guys with him who came here 3 years ago. And Cliff, as we talk about changing personnel, how about Pirate basketball again? Because right now Joe Dooley has 6 new commitments for next year, and I don't think they're done. I think they'll probably add another player, maybe 2 more. So we're going to see, just like we did 2 years ago with Pirate basketball, a lot of new players, and that looks like that's going to be the case again with Pirate basketball next year. Good point, Jeff. Had brought that up with Igo. Hadn't talked to you about it yet, but could be another complete overhaul for ECU basketball, and Joe Dooley and the staff and the current players on the roster are going to have some discussions following the season in 2021 here, and who knows what it's going to look like heading into 21-22 for ECU basketball. You got a lot going on right now, Jeff, over at ECU Athletics. ECU baseball trailing 2-0 to Old Dominion as we speak. Softball, volleyball, lacrosse, women's soccer, all going on at the same time. Some spring football coming up soon. And I guess next on your docket, Jeff, after hoops, Thursday and this weekend will be the AAC tournament. Talked about it with Seymour earlier. Jeff, I was kind of refreshing my computer throughout January and February to see what the American was going to do. It looks like it's going to be business as usual. All the teams going to be there for the tournament, including East Carolina. They're going to try to run this thing as normal as possible. We'll see how that works out, Jeff, but looks like you'll be calling some conference tournament action, I guess, from Greenville next week when the guys are in Fort Worth. Well, you're exactly right, Cliff. We will be doing the games remote again next week like we have all season long, both in football and in basketball. I'll be really happy when this COVID situation gets over to some extent and allows us to travel again. It's been challenging, but you have to do what you have to do. But no, we won't be going to Fort Worth. We'll be doing the games here. And I talked with my colleagues in the league, the other voices of the teams in the league this week, and a couple of them are going to Fort Worth. Some of the guys who live closer are going to drive. Like, for instance, SMU is going to drive, and Houston, and I think Bruce Howard at Tulsa is going to drive down. So some of those guys who can drive and don't have to travel separately or have all the complications of trying to travel with the team are going to drive themselves down there. A little bit difficult for us to drive from Greenville to Fort Worth. I guess you could do it if you had to, but we're going to stay behind, and most of them are as well, and just continue to broadcast like all of us have, Clip, this entire year. I mean, it's almost going to seem strange to get on an airplane next fall with Pirate football because we haven't done it now for an entire year. But we're all ready to go back on the road. I mean, this is what we do. And, it's left a void not being there with the team and not being close with the players and the coaches and going to the other stadiums. And so it's been weird. But as we all know, the vaccine is rolling out, and hopefully by the fall we'll be back to some source of normalcy.
Looking forward to that. Jeff Charles joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff Charles also part of the Pirate Radio podcast. He's had some great conversations, and he's got some more on the way, including one with an old NHL enforcer, Chris Cox. And Jeff will play a clip of this upcoming Pirate Radio podcast and ask you about this interview a little bit. But Shirley has one lined up, and this guy has some classic fights you can watch on YouTube. And I think here he speaks about what you have to do if you are involved in a hockey fight.
Better hit him more than he hits you.
Exactly. But there is an art to the fighting, isn't there?
Well, everybody's got their own philosophy on how to do it. When I first went to Canada, I said to my father, because I knew that, there back then, in juniors you get into a fight and it's just 5-minute major, just like it is in the National Hockey League. I asked my dad, I said, do you think I should take some boxing lessons or something like that? And my dad says, either you can fight or you can't, and you'll find out quick. But there was still training you do in the summertime. I did take some lessons from a boxing guy one summer, and you train a little bit different, and now you can watch videos and you can see what other guys do, and the more you get to know about somebody, the way they fight, the easier it is to fight that person. Sometimes some guys are lefties, some guys are righties. If you're a righty and you're fighting against a left-handed guy, both of you are leaving your face completely open when you're throwing punches. So, you got it's nice to know things like that, ahead of time. So the more you know about somebody, the better off you're probably going to, hopefully you're going to be in the long run.
All right, there's Jeff Charles and Chris Cox. That podcast coming up on our Pirate Radio airwaves, I believe, Shirley, Thursday at 6 o'clock, Thursday at 6. You can download it wherever you get your podcast. Right now, Pirate Radio podcast brought to you by White Claw Hard Seltzer, and that with Jeff Charles and Chris Cox coming up Thursday at 6 o'clock. Jeff, talking to an old NHL enforcer. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, he played 7 years in the National Hockey League with 4 different teams, Clip, and he's a big dude. He's a Bryce Williams-sized guy, and he was a terrific fighter. That was back in the day when in the National Hockey League we had a lot more fights than we do these days, but he played in the 80s and the early 90s, and some of those fights he had are absolutely legendary, especially against Bob Probert. Bob Probert was like the real bad guy in the National Hockey League, the tough guy for the Detroit Red Wings, and Cox fought him, I guess, maybe 3 or 4 times, and all of those fights are on YouTube. They are legendary hockey fights. I mean, if you're into that and you want to see a couple guys really duke it out, just go ahead and Google those fights, because they were some classics. And longtime hockey observers will tell you they were some of the best fights that we've ever seen in the National Hockey League. And he's really a great guy. I've gotten to know him in northern Michigan. He's a high school hockey coach now, and really, really good guy. And again, he can probably handle himself to this day pretty well. He's 57 years old now, but he's still a big guy, and he still gets out on the ice quite a bit.
All right, Jeff, Bryce Williams and I just pulled it up. They have dropped the gloves, and they're ready to go at it. And what do you think, Bryce? What do you think?
What's funny is,
here they go.
They let them set up. Square up. The refs just...
And Jeff, until one of the guys...
he is landing them.
until one of the guys... until one of them's not standing, Jeff, they just let him go, right? That's the rule.
They did. I'll tell you what, oftentimes in hockey fights, they'll fight, maybe 30 seconds or so, and then the referees will get in there and separate them. But some of these fights that he had, I mean, they stand there toe-to-toe for 2.5 minutes and just duke it out. And I'll tell you what, he took some big-time blows in his career that I think to this day he can probably feel them. But he won more of his fights than he lost, and he was considered one of the top fighters ever in the National Hockey League. So it's going to be a lot of fun visiting with him on the podcast Clip tomorrow night.
That's good stuff. We're going to check these out now, the remainder of the show. Bryce is intrigued. So, Jeff, looking forward to hearing that on our airwaves coming up Thursday, and folks can download it right now, Pirate Radio Podcast with Chris Cox and Jeff Charles. Jeff, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it, as always, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Hey, Cliff, one more thing before I go, as we're talking about fights. You know, tonight, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq, will be in the wrestling ring on AEW on TNT at 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, wow.
So I know a lot of wrestling fans have really been looking forward to that. But Shaq is going to wrestle tonight against Cody Rhodes in AEW tonight at 8 o'clock on TNT. It's actually going to be a mixed tag team match. Shaq has a lady tag team partner. In fact, this young lady, Jade Cargill, played basketball at Jacksonville University. And Cody Rhodes, his tag team partner is Red Velvet. And so they're going to go at it at some time. Now, they've been hyping this thing up for about 3 months now, and it's finally here. And Cody Rhodes has been talking a lot of junk. He said he's going to body slam the 7'1", 340-pound Shaq tonight. So tune in and see if that happens.
There you go. Son of Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes taking on Shaq on AEW. Good stuff. All right, Voice, thanks for hanging out with us today, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Cliff.
All right, there he is, the Voice, Jeff Charles. Bryce and I are watching Chris Cox hockey fights, which, by the way, if you go to YouTube, there are a ton of Chris Cox hockey fights for you to watch. So that'll be a fun interview. And, man, they're throwing down, Bryce.
I know. I guess what is about hockey that they just let them fight, which is very entertaining. I mean, what? Is it just kind of something that just comes?
It's part of the sport. It's like part of the deal. And they're fighting. We saw one where Cox had his helmet off, the other guy had his helmet on, but your face is still exposed.
Oh, yeah.
But how about in football where you see these guys swinging and guys are wearing helmets?
Yeah, that's got
to be the dumbest thing in sports.
Yeah, that's not too bright by any means.
All right, let's take a timeout. I'll tell you what, Shirley, as we go to break, let's make somebody a winner right about now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250 is the number. You can give us a call.
Sorry, my headphones got stuck.
No problem. We're just watching hockey fights and baseball. What caller are we looking for?
I'm going to go with caller number 8.
All right, and what will they win?
And they're going to win a Hungry Pirate courtesy of Chico's.
All right, a Hungry Pirate can be yours. 317-1250. Caller 8 is a winner. We're back with more on Pirate Radio Live after this.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at aa.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the pirates fly.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
This tax season, get more in return during Bostic Sub Furniture's Tax Mania. Update your home for less with savings of 15% off throughout the store. Living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture at savings of 15% off. Save up to 70% off clearance items or get 48 months special financing. Now's the time to get a better night's sleep on a Scott Living or Restonic mattress and enjoy 48 months special financing. Your tax dollars go farther during Tax Mania now at Bostic Sub Furniture.
This is East Carolina assistant basketball coach Steve Rockford, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. And congratulations to our winner. Curtis gets a Hungry Pirate courtesy of Chico's. And Chico's has new hours. Sunday through Thursday, they'll be serving dinner till 9 o'clock. They'll be serving apps till 9:30. Friday and Saturday, dinner is until 10 o'clock and apps are till 10:30. And, of course, the sale of alcohol has changed. Sunday through Wednesday, alcohol will be served until 10 o'clock. And Thursday through Saturday, it will be served until 11 o'clock. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Oh, wow. And a score update. Last-minute goal by Andre Ayew. Swansea City wins on the road today,
nice.
Shirley. They beat Stoke City 2-1. So
that
there you go.
Your boys.
All right, so did you say the winner's name? Or
no, but I do have the winner on the line if you want to talk to him.
A momentous day here in the Pirate Radio studios. I heard the cheers and celebration going on in Studio B, and folks, the streak has finally ended. Let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and hear from our winner. His name is Chad Moore. Chad, congratulations, sir.
Man, thank you. I just don't know what to say.
So
It's been so long.
we were talking about it. We call it a 3-month drought. All of December during the treasure chest. You didn't win in January. You didn't win in February. Chandler's saying really it probably goes even further beyond that into November, possibly October. Do you remember the last time you won a prize at Pirate Radio?
Yeah, it was Father's Day. The drawing for the Alexa.
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Yeah.
So you really did have a streak going. Unbelievable.
It was. It took a lot of skill to not get the right caller in.
Yeah, you had to be lucky in a way to get that many losses. It was incredible. You've won today. A great prize for a big fella like myself, Chad, a hungry pirate. So you picked a good day to win.
Did he do anything different?
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Bryce Williams has a question for you,
Chad, did you do anything different this time during the call? What were you feeling? What was your approach?
Well, there were a lot of nerves going into it, but I just had to hit that button just right, and I give 100%. And it just happened, It was just one of those, like, everything was just right. It just felt right.
Well, that's great. So, how you feeling?
I'm nervous now, for some reason, because, the Hungry Pirate is not a small thing. And,
right.
Now I have to get through that, so...
Well, that's awesome.
We have. Do we have any other questions, Chandler, Shirley?
There's somebody else, Chad, that wants to say congratulations. Chad, congratulations, you're on Rome.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Chad,
congratulations, Chad,
winning a Hungry Pirate. Phenomenal.
Wow. Appreciate it.
All right, Chad, we will get that out to you, and good luck when we return, when you can win again in April, I guess.
All right.
Who knows?
We'll see how long the streak can last this time.
Right. I'm going to prepare for the streak now, get ready.
That's right.
And enjoy my Hungry Pirate.
And you can get back to your losing ways when Baltimore begins playing baseball next month.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, didn't the Orioles and Braves play today in spring training?
They did.
Do you know the score? I didn't see it.
Chad, we just lost you. Sorry. There's Chad. Chad, our winner today, referring to the Orioles beating the Braves in spring training. All right, there you go. Well, that's awesome. Like, the sun's out. It's a nice day out. Chad wins. It feels like everything's kind of turning around.
It is.
Everything's coming up roses here. Bryce, man, a lot has happened to you since we last chatted. First of all, you saw one of your former Pirate teammates and buddies get married, right?
Oh, yeah. My buddy, CJ Strut, got married, I guess not this past weekend, but last weekend. So that was a great time to be a part of that. And then, of course, what comes with that is pretty much East Carolina football reunion with all the guys. Just our whole group on the team, reunited. I mean, I could spout them all off with, Shane, JT, Stewart, Jake Gary, Grove, and Rocco, and goodness, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody else. So, I mean, just our whole group that hung out together, outside of football during, those years at ECU was great. We had an awesome time, and it was very fun. So I was glad to be a part of that.
Are y'all old, grown, mature now, or did y'all throw down and party?
We're not mature at all. I guess you may have seen. I don't know. I posted on Instagram. My Shane was picked me up on Friday after the rehearsal dinner. We haven't seen each other in so long, and let's see if I can pull it up just to show you. Oh yeah, I mean I got a whole just shebang of them. Shane was holding me.
Bryce Williams looking like a baby in the arms of Shane Carter.
It was great.
Awesome.
And we had a great time.
Good stuff.
So we have not matured one bit. It was like neither of us has ever left ECU, so it was great.
Also, Bryce, since you've been gone, you celebrated a birthday. How old are you now?
I'm 28 now.
28?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So 28. And
so getting up there in age and maybe wanting to start to become more of an adult, settle down a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess I made that settling down decision this past weekend as well. So I asked now my lovely, I guess it's so weird saying fiance Anna to marry me with, and it all went smooth, and My parents were able to be a part of it, and her parents were a part of it. We were surprised that her sister Chelsea came with it. It was just really my brother, 2 brothers and sister-in-laws. My buddy Hudson was there with us at the winery. And then the parents rolled up probably 30 seconds later. So surprised there, drank some wine, had some pizza, and it was a good time.
On. So your parents and her parents knew?
Oh yeah, they
knew.
What you said? Yeah, they knew.
So tell all the guys out there listening how to be romantic, how to pop the question. How did you do it? What was the
Well,
setup?
what I did, so obviously she says, like, just chit-chatting about it. She's like, I'd like something thought out, and not just something just sort of random, like in the house and all that. So I was like, well, what to do? So my sister-in-law, Whitney, and Kendra, there's a winery back home in Davidson County that Anna likes the wine very much. And I was like, why don't you just do it at the winery? And it was supposed to be pretty nice. And I was like, well, that sounds good to me, because I was coming up with nothing. So I was relying on my sister-in-laws. And yeah, we just, of course, went there, did some wine tasting, said, oh yeah, we'll take this, that, and went outside and did a group picture. Then me and my brothers took a picture, and I was like, all right, well, time for individuals. And so Anna and I stood together, and they even get the picture out, and just pulled it out of my back pocket, and did the whole thing. But it was funny because it wasn't just your typical standard, hey, will you marry me, yada, yada, yada. And she says, yeah. I pull it out, and she just starts talking. Like, she starts saying, I thought, and then she was in the middle of her sentence, sets her wine glass down, was like, I just saw everybody here and was wondering, and just going on. And it was so funny. Yeah. And then so I'm sitting there with the ring in my hand, and, and I was like, well, what do you think? What do you think? And she pulls the ring out of the box, and whatnot, we hug, kiss, whatever, and then she takes the ring off. So it was very funny. It was not your standard little engagement, but it was fun. But yes, I'm very happy that I made the decision.
She sped the process up a little bit.
I was going to ask if there was any turkey tears, but I don't think it was.
No turkey tears. I was like, I think her eyes were watering a little bit after she stopped talking. Turkey tears. Yeah.
Turkey tears.
So it was a good time.
Congratulations!
Thank
man.
you.
You got a date or anything set? Or?
Not yet. I feel like I did the hard part. I got the ball rolling. So now it's between her and her mom to
You tell Bryce when to be there?
Exactly.
And he'll be there looking
good.
good.
When to be there. I'll give my opinion on what cake I want and food.
Okay.
And other than that,
kind of how I did it. Yep.
Yeah, other than that, I think she can take care of it from here.
All right, there you go. There's Bryce Williams. Man, he's been up to quite a bit since we last talked to him. All right, Bryce, been a busy week for ECU tight ends as well. They got a new coach today. Last week, it was reported that Ryan Jones, coming over from Oklahoma, got a DUI, has been suspended.
Oh.
And it kind of, I guess, remains to be seen if he'll be a part of the team, I believe, moving forward. No word on that, but kind of been it's still a position of question for ECU. In fact, have we talked since they added the Jarman kid from Temple? He was the tight end. I believe we talked about that.
I think
perhaps.
we did. Well, I don't know if we've talked about him.
Aaron Jarman.
Yeah, I think a friend of mine, he told me about a Temple tight end. I guess sent me the article, and I read up on it and stuff.
They're still looking to just stack that room and hope something hits, Bryce. That's kind of what
hopefully. How many do we have now? Like 6 or 7?
Yeah.
It's something like that. I would think out of those 6 or 7 guys, one will land and make an impact.
Yeah, and it's going to be a part of the offense, or if it wasn't, they wouldn't bring in all these guys. So
that part's good to know.
That's something to follow once spring football begins. And
when is that? When does that start?
That starts very soon. I will have that date for you when we return on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a time out, come back. We got to go Pirate Radio Outdoors.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot. Have you had any time to get in the water?
Actually, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I did.
We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors. We'll talk a little spring football and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a Buick Encore. Take $3,750 off or $2,250 plus 0% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty for all make and models.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Looking for your next career opportunity? How about some extra cash to help pay for school? Your locally owned and operated Dixon Foods McDonald's is hiring, and they would love to have you as part of the McFamily. They offer flexible hours, competitive pay, and financial support to pursue your education through McDonald's Archways to Opportunity program. Come join the family at McDonald's. Don't let this financial opportunity pass you by. Please visit DixonFoods.com to apply.
Oh, great. It's 30 degrees in here.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Delcor responds to heating emergencies 24 hours a day. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Get a new train system with special financing for 60 months, subject to credit approval. It's hard to stop a train. Offer expires 3/31/21.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
In studio today with Natalie Edwards from AG Home Solutions and eXp Realty. Natalie, you have a unique partnership because you work in the real estate market and also work with AG Home Solutions. How does that help your clients?
So it's interesting, the trends that we're currently seeing in real estate. Inventory is so low. We're seeing a high percentage of folks who want to renovate their spaces, perhaps add a home office because now they're working from home. And so they come to us with those design ideas and we're able to help them navigate through that.
What other trends are you seeing in the marketplace right now?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing increased needs for home office space, folks being able to do virtual learning from home. So how can we redesign that space so it's functional? We're also seeing folks that do want to take advantage of this being a seller's market, and so they want to freshen up that space and get it ready to put on the market. And so we can come in and provide them with some good guidance on things that they might want to consider before they list their property.
For real estate or remodeling, how can folks contact you?
252-947-2526 or aghomesolutions.com.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. I am so excited to announce a brand new menu item now available at all Parker's locations. Come in for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut right there in the store, never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Take a look at your stock market report. It was another rough day for the market. The Dow was down 121 points at 31,270. NASDAQ slipped 360 61 points at 12,997, and the S&P was down 50 at 3,819. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. We got TD and Gills at 6.
Oreo Pigs.
Yes. I was like, what? Who?
I was wondering if you would pick up on what I was saying.
Like,
there.
TD and Gills.
TD and Gills.
Troy Dreyfus and John Gilbert.
John Gilbert, ECU Athletics Director, with Troy D one-on-one on the Pirate Radio podcast coming up at 6. Great conversation. If you have not downloaded that yet or have not heard it, it'll be coming up at 6. And then at 6 o'clock on Thursday, we'll have The Voice and Chris Cox, former NHL enforcer. And that's going to be an interesting conversation to listen to as well. That'll be Thursday night. We got Bryce Williams hanging out with us right now. Bryce, spring football practice gets underway on March the 15th. So we are just over a week away from that.
Man, I'm ready for it. I got to find some kind of way to weasel on in there to watch a practice.
Well, you were like, is that open to the public? Bryce, you are not a normal person. You are a former ECU football player. Your name carries weight around here. You just kind of go out there and see.
I'm gonna try
and say, make them kick you out.
Yeah, that is true. Should I resist? Is that what you mean? Should I resist? Nah.
Could you imagine 6'9" Bryce getting tased because he won't leave football practice? That would be a great story.
That would.
Video or it didn't happen. That's
we need it on TMZ.
Yeah, we got to have that on vid.
I'll take one.
We were talking about ejections today, and Bryce has a chance to get ejected from an ECU football practice.
I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up. Are they afternoon practices or going to be morning practices? I saw something.
I'm not sure about that. But I'm going
to try something.
At the worst case scenario, you'll be able to see the spring game at Dowdy Ficklin. So that's the worst case.
Yeah, I mean, at least I get to watch them.
Best case, you'll be out there for every practice.
Yeah.
Resisting arrest.
Exactly. I'm going to just keep showing up.
That's going to be awesome. Have you ever been ejected from a sporting event, Bryce? You're such a mild-mannered guy.
Yeah, I've never been ejected. I think I've had one personal foul, unsportsmanlike. Yeah.
What'd you do?
It was actually during the UCF game. And at UCF, I think I did something. And I kind of felt bad. I think it affected Zay's touchdown. Maybe not. Something. But the dude was just all over me, and I mean, so I kind of was of course I always see the last guy.
Yeah.
And I shoved him or did something.
Second guy always gets called.
And that was my first
so after the play type of thing.
I think Zay had scored or done something, so I kind of felt like a jackleg after that. And so, but yeah, I mean, other than that, no.
Yeah.
Never got a technical.
I figured.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a little Pirate Radio Outdoors with the old jackleg, Bryce Williams.
Yeah, so obviously I was a little caught up this past weekend, but the weekend before, during the CJ's wedding, I got with my buddy Jake, Gary and all that, and we attempted trout fishing or fishing for some drum or something, and so we were of course it's AB, and it was a cold but sunny day, and the wind picked up, and unfortunately it was a goose egg for me on the catching redfish or trout. Jake was the only one who caught one. He was with another buddy on Jake's boat who's a heck of a fisherman, and he didn't catch any. So I don't feel as bad like when I go with him or Jake, because they're really good fishermen, and they don't catch anything. I'm like, all right, so it's not just me.
Right.
So it kind of gives me a little sense of comfort. Not that I'm looking for failure for them, but it does, misery loves company.
There you go.
So as I'm not catching fish and they're not, I was like, all right, everything's good. But it was a cold one. My goodness, it was. And then, but this is how it goes. I think Jake went on a Monday, the next Monday, and killed it on the puppy drum. It was like he was catching anywhere from
and you didn't go.
And I didn't go because I was back in Greenville. And
so at that point, do you look at yourself like maybe the bad luck charm?
Well, no, I won't give away the secret, but he was using a different technique as far as bait and lure that he got intel from a buddy.
Interesting.
So
little performance enhancer.
Exactly. So I didn't feel too bad, but it's just it was a very simple technique he was using as far as what he was using. Sometimes I just get caught up in what color do I need to use and all that, when he was just not using anything. He was pretty much using stuff you can get at the store. So.
Bryce, as you know, I'm pretty ignorant to all this, but as the weather gets warmer and the sun stays out later, longer, what impact does that have on fishing, hunting? And also, like, what's coming in season? What, you know?
So the count. I think rabbit season, which I didn't do any this year, we just went out. I think last weekend. But now next up is turkey season. From what I pay attention to, turkey season. I
turkey tears.
Turkey tears. You get some of those this spring. That's a good thing. So yeah, turkey season. And as the water warms up, obviously for the water, I think it's picking up now. But when we went, I think the water temperature was like 43, so just real lethargic fish, and you have to, your retrieves have to be slow, and it's kind of a long drawn out drag. You're like, man, especially when you're not catching anything, it makes for a long, you're not just sitting there twitching your bait and rolling, you're pop letting it sit, just a good time.
So with the warmer weather, the fish are a little more active.
Yeah, they'll get a little more.
It's a quicker
they'll
process.
get a little more active, and hopefully this spring is big. For the trout to pick back up and the redfish and all that. And then obviously in April, the bonita will start coming in, which is, they call like little tunies, which is like just a little, they look like a tuna fish in a way, but they got different stripes. Anyways, those start running off the coast a little bit, and that's a blast because you catch them a little lighter tackle, and they taste really good, and you can keep like, I may be wrong, but from what I think you can keep like 14 a piece or something crazy, and pretty much have sashimi and good eating fish for a while. So that's coming in soon, hopefully into March, April. So I'm getting antsy. I'm hoping to make a trip this weekend on my boat, some form or fashion.
Was it CJ who does the deep sea stuff too?
Yes,
we talked to him in a Zoom room, and he showed us one of his prizes.
Oh yeah. So CJ. Yeah, they have a sport fish boat, and then obviously another. Oh goodness, it just left my mind. Almost like another sport fish. I can't think of the name of it.
Well, have you ever? Will you get involved in any big rock type stuff, deep sea stuff?
I won't go. We go offshore on Anna's dad's boat for dolphin, wahoo, that whole gang, and maybe some bottom fish. But mainly we go after dolphin and wahoo. Obviously when the king mackerel are running, which I may do a king mackerel tournament with them, but that's not until I think October.
Oh, okay.
But coming up, like April will be, dolphin will come in, and those are a blast to catch and eat. Beautiful fish. So yeah, I do partake in the offshore fishing, 40 miles out, so and so. It is a blast. I kind of like inshore fishing because it's not as much involved in it. Your tackle's lighter, you don't have to rig much of anything.
At that point you're almost doing a job. Like it's a
it
when
is.
you're out there,
you're leaving early in the morning. You have at least an hour and a half run depending on what you're going for, but for us it's typically at least an hour and a half run. You gotta load the boat and the keel box up with ice and fuel and make sure you got everything, and it's definitely a lot more involved than just, all right, let's hop on the boat, grab your trout rod, your tackle bag, throw a few beers in the cooler, snacks, and bam. And then the thing is, the run is like maybe 30 minutes if you want to go all the way close to the news. That's about as far as I've had to run fishing around. So, but it is a blast to catch, dolphin and wahoo for sure.
Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Outdoors, enjoyed it today, Bryce.
Oh yeah. I'm glad to be back. I know I felt bad texting you. I was like, man, it's my birthday. It'd have been fun to be on Pirate Radio on my birthday. But Anna's mom was cooking right around that time, and I was like, well, dang. So
no problem at all.
But yeah,
we're glad you had a happy birthday.
Thank you. Rick Smith had a terrible story about you that last week.
Oh gosh.
I don't give a rat's behind it was your birthday. You signed to come play football at this school, and you're going to come to practice.
That was not a real story. Now I remember that was Chandler doing Rick Smith telling a fake story about Bryce's birthday.
That's funny, 'cause I was like, wait a second. There's no football ever in my birthday. I never got the joy of saying, all right, happy birthday, Bryce. I was like, You know, clapping.
Thank you, Coach Smith.
Yes, he does a good job.
Oh, he's gone.
It's past his bedtime.
All right.
Yeah.
Bryce will hopefully see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Shirley Chandler will see you folks 3 o'clock on Thursday for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGH.